So let's jump into this real quick.
Let's do it. Let's start this podcast.
What it means to be real. Brian, what does it mean to be real to you?
Like I feel pretty here right now. I can this table's feeling quite real, although I am aware because of all of the research done into like the atomic level and molecular level that it's mostly space.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Chris, Levi. What's going on, guys?
Oh shit, I forgot to take the background off, bro.
Loser.
It's all right.
Anyways,
We only have one.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
It's okay.
Anyways, go on with your.
Oh, we have 4 now. Crap, we're in trouble. Anyways, man, U.S. ARC updates. Your boy's slacking. I haven't seen any new alerts come up, but let me check real quick because I was not prepared. I've been again focused on this new Lacey Act and trying to figure out what exactly is going on with that.
But I will say this. I'm gonna shout out the sponsors while you're doing that thing. Shout out to
Said yes, sir. Go.
Oh, shout out to Reptile Crew merch. Sponsor the merch. And then we got CMB Reptiles. Go ahead, Levi, with CMB Reptile.
So shout out to the fam over at CMB, most number 1 selective captive bred shop in the nation, undisputed. I would love to see somebody dispute that with me for fun. Well, not really, because Bill and Dana and Caleb and that entire family over there. Shout out to the fam. I got to catch up with them last week or 2 weeks ago. It was really nice. They got an expo coming up June 6th, I believe. I could be wrong on the date. Hit their Instagram, check the flyer. For all my Arizona peeps or anybody that's in town that wants to stop by, say what's up, man. That's a fam over there. Gonna have a lot of good stuff out of those stables.
Hell yeah, love it. Love CMB Reptiles.
Mr. Pida's life right there.
And then we got Blue Ton Retics. Shout out for the sponsor, Blue Ton Retics. We got Ship Your Reptiles. We got a code Flexin 23, $15 off in your cart for shipping. Then we got South Bay Reptiles, our boy Josh. Then we got Claudio.
Still don't have my shirt.
And we got Claudio from KC Reptile Lab. Our code there is just Flexin. You get substrate. It's 15% off. On that note, go ahead with your.
So, looks like there's an alert coming out of Tennessee. It was May 6th. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency is amending Rule 1660-018-18, which covers animals kept under human care. The biggest concern is the requirement to tattoo or microchip any Class 2 animal, Tennessee native species, that is being propagated / bred. This poses health and animal cruelty risk for some species. Please note that much of this text link below is already current. So go ahead, check that out. All the Tennessee peeps. That one's interesting. I guess that makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. I guess I can see Arizona doing something like that so we can move our local wildlife around, but tattooing an animal, what the hell? Chipping, I'm all for chipping animals as long as it's done humanely, correctly, safely, all that good stuff. But tattooing, what the hell? You tattoo an animal? Why would you do that to them? These are supposed to be the people that are humanely taking care of animals and supposed to be out for the care of the animal. Their care and safety is supposed to be the first priority. And, it's like it goes out the window, everything we read. And then we have the Lacey Act, which is, again, pending. It looks like there's a FAQ section on the usarc.org. Go check that out. Read that. Let's just go through a couple real quick, shall we? Question: how do we know about this issue? Our legislative alert system found this bill, and we posted our alert ASAP. Question: what animals are affected? This could impact almost any species of animals, species of fish, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and invertebrates could be listed / affected. The only species that would be safe from the Lacey Act amendments are common domesticated animals such as dogs, cats, and traditional livestock. And even then, like when you start thinking about it, like again, let's go back, flashback less than 365 days ago, maybe a little bit more, give or take a week. Even the common bred animal or common kept animals aren't safe after this. Like they took away everything except for dogs and cats. What's next? So yeah. Let's make sure we're joining USR, supporting USR, sharing everything that we can. I can't, man.
Yeah, I got my USR shirt in finally. Yeah. I'll check this back.
Yeah, we already did the sponsor shout out. Make sure you're supporting USR. Let's get into this thing, man. Let's run the intro and get Chuck in here and drop the new logo.
Hey, bro, check it out. If we could get like 35 people in here, 35 likes, I'll fucking record the tattoo, ship your reptiles, the one I'm gonna get on Instagram.
Let's
I'll
go
live. Better yet, I'll go live on Instagram when I get that tattoo.
Let's do it.
Right?
Have fun.
All right. Why not? That'd be dope. We can raise some money.
You shave your eyebrow, bro. You're supposed to come out with a shaved eyebrow and a
shaved eyebrow. All right. Well, let's go. Let's go.
I hope Cusco doesn't watch
fun.
this because he was excited. You let Cusco down.
How?
Because you promised Cusco you were going to do it, and you didn't do it. So I hope he doesn't watch this episode.
Yeah, don't watch this one, Cusco. If you're there, don't watch this one. I didn't shave my eyebrow. I've been working. Sorry. All right, let's go. Wrong one. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sexin and Flexin Live Sunday. We got my co-host Levi, FTL Reptiles, and then we got Chuck from Chondros. What's up, brother?
Sir. Welcome in, Chuck. Sorry, I had that confuzzled look on my face because first of all, Zach thinks I'm getting his logo tattooed on me, and then second of all, I was reading TJ's comment that they tattoo fixed dogs and cats, and they tattoo registry numbers on the inside of horses' lips.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? What? Okay, so we voluntarily get tattoos, right? Some people get it pleasure, some people get it because whatever reason, but some people get it and they're like, damn, I only get one because I hurt so damn bad. The animal can't talk back. Why the hell? Why do we do that? Why as humans do we think it's acceptable to do shit like that? These animals can't talk back. They can't be like, hey man, that fucking hurts. Leave me alone. Like I for the life of me, I don't care livestock if the animal's gonna get killed, whatever the case is, man. Like, stop torturing animals. Like, people don't go 2 + 2 is 4. It's a needle continuously stabbing you. It's not gonna fucking feel good. Sorry. All right, welcome to my TED Talk. It's over.
Bro, it's the same shit. Like when, why do people want to watch videos of snake biting people or snake eating, like live shit? It's because
I don't know. When people are being
like
stupid, I gotta admit, I like watching them get bit because it's like, haha, dumbass. Sorry,
whatever. What's up, Chuck? Go ahead and tell us about yourself, brother. What's up, fellas?
Chuck Amakun, Chondros. I keep and I breed exclusively green tree pythons.
Nice. All right. Do you keep anything else for fun, or is Chondros your one and only?
That's it. I got a carpet python, a striped coastal, but she's getting shipped out to a friend. But other than that, I only have green trees.
Why is she getting shipped out to a friend to breed?
Yeah, he sent me a snake a while back, and it's not even like a breeding one. I'm just giving her to him.
Oh, like she's gonna stay there forever?
Yeah, it's his snake. I'm just gonna ship it out.
Ah, okay. You're breaking my heart, man. Coastals are very near to me. I love coastals.
She's if you look on my page, she's Tiger Stripe, but there's no paperwork to follow it. So I just call her a Stripe, but she's Tiger Stripe.
Nice. I love it. Hey, Chris, you forgot to run the reel, bro.
No, I'm gonna do it. I just wanted Chuck to introduce himself and let him talk a little bit. Come on, man. He's our guest. He's special.
Yeah. No.
I want to shout out Rip and Reptiles real quick, TJ. And then I just start talking to them. They're actually really cool. All right, but I'm gonna run that. Check out
that real quick, and then let's get into this interview because I got questions.
So here's the drop for the new logo, guys. The new Sexin and Flexin logo, guys. Tell us what you think. And that's the new logo.
Yes, sir. The one in my background has been here from the jump.
Which you messed up on. It was supposed to be a surprise or whatever, bro.
Bro, with my job, John? Like a virtual background is like a thing, so I didn't even think about it. But anyways, so Chuck, give us your opinion of the logo, and don't hold back. If you hate it, tell us you hate it. Like there will be no hurt feelings, and people may get offended, but I really don't care. I want honest opinions on this logo, and that goes for everybody watching this. Let us know. Give us an opinion.
I don't know if I could quite see it. Is there can you just put a picture of it on?
Yeah, right here. Hold up, brother. I got you. I got the downloaded picture right now. Boom.
It's a snake. I didn't know what. Okay, I got it. I like it. It looks very Vegas-y. It looks like Vegas. Yes. I mean I like it. It's unique. I'm like plain though. I'm plain Jane. But I like it.
Okay.
I think it would make a badass shirt. An expensive shirt, but it would make a badass shirt.
Yeah.
It's like one of them. It's one of them things. Like you got those logos. Like everyone's logo when you have like the little tiny circles, on Instagram. Like they all always get confusing. Like you never know who is whose because they're all the same. But that one sticks out. You can see that one in a crowd.
And then I'm making the shirt. So what do you think of the shirt? I think it's going to be like that with US Arc on the front and then our thing on the sleeve and then the logo on the back.
Yeah, I would rock the shit out of that thing.
Right?
I like it.
There you go, Chris.
Okay, then we settled that already. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate that.
Got it, man.
I appreciate the honesty, man. Although it does kind of look like Vegas, Chris, and I can no longer support this, sir.
Too bad. It's whatever the sponsor guy was, bro. Shout out to the sponsor.
Sorry, I'm back
Republic.
back in Vegas in the playoffs right now, so just fuck the Dallas Stars.
Bro, I don't know why my screen keeps going off.
I don't know, bro. Should work
those
on
videos,
technology.
like when you did your intro and then you also did like the reveal video, I wasn't able to see it. It was like freezing on my end. I don't know if anyone else saw that. It was like having trouble loading for me. I know you guys saw because you guys were, you were like, I guess you're bobbing your head to the music and stuff. I don't know if it's my computer or what. I got booted out of the lobby when I was backstage. I had to jump back in.
Yeah, I heard you come on during the intro playing. I was like, oh, it's Chuck.
Interesting. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. If anybody saw that lag, let us know. Somebody's connection's probably broken. So
I don't know, bro. I think it's mine because my phone keeps trying to shut down.
Your phone sucks, bro. You need a new phone. No. See, this is what you get for getting a fucking Android. Hold on. Time out. Chuck, most important question of the night, bro. Most important. Do you have an iPhone or do you have an Android?
iPhone.
Yes, my man. iPhone.
Hey, Chuck, do me a favor. Take that phone and chuck it like across the room.
I love my iPhones, man. I can't. I hate it. I got an Android for work. I hate it.
I love Android. What do you mean? I could do so much more on Android. I don't know.
I can't figure. I don't even know how to answer emails on my work phone. I get trouble all the time.
For real though, it's annoying as hell using an Android, bro.
I hate it.
What's up, Big Mike?
Like 8 different messaging apps for like one text message.
For real. Like for as simple as Android is supposed to be, like it's so overcomplicated, but it's overcomplicated simplicity. It's like recycling the same thing over and over again. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I hate them.
And that's not a Shelby talk from somebody that's having freaking phone issues right now. Anyways, all right, Chuck. Tell me about the enclosures behind you to your left. We were talking a little bit about it backstage. they're empty, right?
They are.
Why
They
are
are.
they empty?
Well, the two males that were in there upstairs now paired up with females. So I think I put it on my story, but I tagged you on the reel I just posted today, and because I'll be on the show tonight. But that was the one pairing I have going right now with that male that has a crazy blue on him, and then that female Biak that's holding on to a lot of yellow. I'm gonna try to aim for something that'll be a green snake with yellow and blue splotches all over it.
Ooh, that would be sick, man. That would be sick. That's exciting, man. That's hella exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. The other pairing's sick too. Like I'm, the other one's gonna have a lot of blue in it because that male Manicoria is a thick blue dorsal, and then the female has those heavy blues on her belly.
Ooh, all right. That's
Excuse me. Sorry.
it's gonna be a hell of a pairing. I'm excited for that, man.
I'm
I wish
excited
you
for both,
the.
yeah.
So, is this your first time pairing third, fourth, 100th? What's your history look like?
I tried breeding 2 years ago, and I didn't have any success. And then I switched it up last year, and I hatched out a clutch. And this year will be the first year I'm pairing more than one pair together. So I don't know. I guess I've had a rough year thus far. This is the third male that I'm putting in with my female Biak. The first male, I put him back together too quickly after feeding, and she bit his bottom lip and wrapped him up and jacked him up pretty good. Thank God he didn't die, but now his bottom row of teeth kind of sticks out the side of his mouth a little bit, but he eats. He's good to go. He perches fine. He's got a great food response still, so he's just resting and recovering. He used up a lot of his fat reserves to recover and recoup. And I went through like a full body infection with him and stuff. So I'm just getting him back up to weight. He's the proven male I had from last year. I put a male Biak in there in the time, with her. And then I tried this new coating out to put on PVC perches. And I guess he didn't like it very much, and he died. So that snake's dead. And then the one that's in there with him now is that crazy looking blue sarong that I have. And I'm kind of, through all the issues, it's kind of going to be a better pairing. So she's been hugging the cool side and has been day hunting. So I think that she might be ready. She's spreading urates all over the enclosure and then letting him cuddle up. So it's just the fact that he's courting the shit out of her. I'm just waiting for him to get a lock. I think I may have had a lock last night, but my IR camera I have, the flash was like reflecting right off the side of the enclosure perfectly where I couldn't see the cloacas.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So let's go backwards a little bit. You said that she's day hunting.
Mm-hmm.
They're primarily night hunters. So if they're hunting during the day, what does that mean to you?
It means the female's looking for more meals because she's looking to basically boost up her fat reserves and get ready to go off feed in order to develop follicles, handle an ovulation, and grow eggs inside of her.
Ooh. Okay.
So typically, that's what that means. I mean, she just ate. I got my feeding logs actually on this computer. I can't. Maybe 7 or 8 days ago, she ate, and the females eat every 3 weeks, and she ate a pretty sizable meal. So, both my females actually are hugging the cool side and day hunting quite aggressively. I'll walk in the room, and as soon as they see movement, what's up, Justin? They'll pick their head up, and they're coming out like this, like ready to eat. So I got to mist them down to calm them down a little bit, let them know it's not feeding time, so I can go in there and grab the perch when I got to grab the water bowl and stuff.
Okay. I like it, man. That's some new information. I did not know that they day hunt when they're going into their, I guess, what cycle would be the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, and my snakes are a little bit different. My husbandry technique, like my animals, they develop egg follicles multiple times a year rather than just once. There's no actual season. I could breed year round. So you kind of just introduce when they're ready.
Okay, and now why is that? And why do you do that instead of like the traditional way, if you will?
And how long does that take as well? Till they're ready? Like, how old do they have to be ready?
So males typically right around 3 years old. You can breed them 4 years old. Females at minimum 4.5 is when you want to start to breed them, or when you want to wait till you start breeding them. I keep my animals. This is different for me. It's the first time doing it. I'm kind of mirroring my my mentors' keeping techniques and breeding techniques. So last year I did cycle. I lowered temperatures gradually, and bumped feedings up, smaller size prey items more frequently. Now I'm not doing that, and it's been I guess about a year now. I've been keeping differently, and I run a night drop year round now. So the males are always cooled. These animals don't like to be hot. My hot spot's 83 during the day, and cool spot during the day is 78, and at night all the enclosures get a night drop right around to 78, 77 degrees. And then on the cool side, it's typically the ambient in the room, which is right around like 69, 71 degrees.
Wow. Okay.
So when you keep them year round, with a night drop all the time, every single day, it's a more natural thing, because nowhere in the world does it stay 83 degrees in the exact same spot, even when the sun goes down or when the sun's up.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's raining, I'm misting them down. When it's raining, the lower barometric pressures gets them moving a lot more too. With the lower temps, my females move around a lot more. They get a lot more exercise. My males, same thing. And the males are always cool. And cooler temperatures really attribute to the fertility of the male, being able to fertilize the eggs in the female. And like my female that gave me babies last year, a few months ago, I was seeing her. A couple months ago, I was seeing her hugging the cool side. Just doing some funny different stuff, perching differently, and you can tell it looked like she possibly could have been developing egg follicles again. So, yeah, and then they do it. My mentor Socrates from Ariely Max Arboreals, he sees his females sometimes 2 to 3 times a year. They'll develop egg follicles, and if they're not ready, they'll just reabsorb them.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, what a hell of a mentor right there.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I talk to him really often. Talk to him on the phone all the time, and I'd say 75% of the time we talk, it's not even about snakes. So he's a good dude to have on your side. He's smart too.
Oh, for sure. Shit, I just lost my train of thought. You said Socrates, my head exploded.
I'm curious, like, what led him to Chondros? Like, what's the backstory on that? Like, what led you to your Chondros?
Me or Socrates?
No, you.
Me, because I couldn't keep Gila monsters in my state.
What state are you in?
Jersey, unfortunately.
Okay. Why can't you guys keep Gilas out there?
You can't have any hots. You're not even allowed to have mangrove snakes and stuff.
That's right. Yeah, you guys can't even have rear fang venomous, right?
No,
that's terrible. That's trash, bro. You need to get the hell out of there.
So technically, you can't even have a hognose snake either, right?
I don't know. I think hognose are different, unless they've changed the law. I know that there are hognose that have been inside pet stores, but you can't have mangrove snakes, but you can have hognose, which is, I don't know. Weird. The lawmakers, there's really not much sense to the laws.
Yeah, that's trash. Hey, you guys want to know a fun fact about New Jersey I learned the other day?
What's that?
Did you know it's the #1 state for insurance fraud?
Is it really?
Facts.
Is that why our car insurance is so expensive?
Dude, your guys' premiums are like 15% higher than California's. Let that set in for a minute. Your premium is 15% more than California's. Like that's bad.
Yeah.
Because on average, California's like 10 to 15% higher than the rest of the nation as far as like costs on everything goes, and then premiums on anyways. Don't worry, California's right underneath you guys.
Yeah.
Nobody care about California.
Yeah, California's fucking trash.
Don't let Gio hear that.
I don't give a fuck. I'll fight Gio right now.
He's right there. He's listening.
Good. I hope he is. Cali sucks. Anyways, so because you can't keep Gila monsters, you went to the green tree python. Help me connect the dots in my head, Chuck, because I'm trying to figure out.
So
I
first wanted a saltwater tank down here, and my wife said no. And then I mean, I wasn't going to argue with her over that because it's a lot of work and I just kind of, it's a lot of money. And then I wanted a pair of Gilas, and obviously that wasn't even a thought because I can't have them. And then I went to the Liberty Science Center, and I saw they have emerald tree boa right next to a green tree python. I was like, yeah, I think I want to get one of them. That'd be sick to kind of do like a display enclosure downstairs. And then it went from, I'm going to get one to I'm going to breed a bunch of these things. I'm going to buy a bunch of them, and I'm going to dedicate a room upstairs to them all. And that's where I'm at right now.
Nice. All right. So how long have you been in it?
20, I think it was right before COVID, like 2019, 2020.
Okay.
So
nice.
Fairly, basically a rookie still. Yeah.
Okay. Well, damn. If you just started, your last clutch was successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
He said,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's impressive. Okay, that's impressive, man.
Bro, so that's like what, 2 years in? Or 2
2 or 3, yeah.
2 or 3 years?
It was my second year attempting, yeah.
So, did you have any experience with the reptiles prior to this, or were you just like, I love this snake, I'm getting into this?
I had reptiles when I was like 20, like 18, 20 years old. And then I just went on like a hiatus. And then I guess it was like, 10 years, 8 years. I didn't have anything. And then I got these things and I was like, shit, I'd like to breed these. And then everyone's like, oh, they're really hard to breed. I was like, oh, awesome. I want to breed them even more now. And I
had challenge accepted.
Yeah, exactly. And I never bred anything in my life before. I didn't know how to breed anything. So this is the first thing I've ever tried to breed.
Dude, that's badass. So first of all, congratulations. That's huge.
Thank you. Thank you.
And hold on, can we go backwards? You said an 8 to 10 year hiatus. How old are you, bro? Because you look 25.
Thank you. I'll be 34 in a few days.
Yeah, you look 25. I was like, damn, this kid's like young as shit.
No, I got to get. If you saw how hot my wife was, you'd understand why I stay in shape.
Ah, okay.
My wife's pretty. I got to do something. I'm not that good looking, so I gotta stay somewhat young looking for her. I'm already losing my hair. I'm going bald, so.
What the hell just happened?
That's all right. Me and Chris are bald too, bro. You should get a reptile crew hat, bro. They fit real good on bald heads.
I tried to reach out. They never got back to me. I asked them if they wanted to sponsor the Chondro bar room.
I will.
Hey.
I'll hit Johnny up and let him know.
If it kicks me out, guys, I'm gonna try to come back in because my phone's doing some weird shit.
That's what you get for having an Android, bro.
So I
just restart it real quick. Just dip out and restart it, and then kick it across the room. But yeah, man, I was like, damn, 25, like, damn, that's crazy. All right, so well, you're only 34. You're still young as shit.
Yeah.
Not that I'm older. Well, I don't know. I feel older every day. They say you're as old. You're only as old as you feel, and I feel like I'm 60.
Yeah, I feel like I was in a car accident. I went racing electric go-karts with my friends last night for my buddy's wife's birthday, and it was they were just smashing into me, put me into the wall, and I feel like I was in an accident. I had to take a leave this morning like an old man.
Oh shit!
Yeah, my back's killing me right now.
Damn, electric go-karts?
They're fast as shit, too. Yeah, it was fun.
Dude, bro, that's crazy. Like, I'm a Tesla. I'm Tesla certified, like a Tesla specialist, if you will, whatever the fuck they want to call me. So, like, if I were to apply that ideology to a go, yeah, holy shit, how do you guys not have whiplash?
It's terrible. It's horrible. Yeah.
Oh man, I can only imagine how bad your neck's got to feel right now. Because
dude, it's the lats right in between my shoulder blades right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. You can miss me with that, bro. So back to the Chondros. So, well, actually, let's go back in time, right? Let's jump in the time capsule real quick. Let's go back 8 to 10 years. What were you keeping prior? That kind of like let's go back to the original bite of the addiction, right? What were you keeping?
Me and my best friend would go to shows, and we would just get anything we could get our hands on. We'd have a table, and we'd buy some stuff, grow it up for a few months, go to the next show, sell it for a little bit more money, and it was just a way to just fund the weekend to go up to the Hamburg Reptile Show in PA. But I had monitors. I had Panther Chameleon. I had a green tree python at one time. I had a really cool. It wasn't bioactive, but it was a vivarium with a bunch of different species of dart frogs in it. A little bit of everything. I had big snakes, small snakes. Uromastyx was probably one of my favorite animals because it was basically the closest thing to a Gila, just an arid desert animal, and they have personality. Are pretty neat. So I never really tried to breed. I think we tried to breed bearded dragons, I think, when we were like 18 or 19, and then we just didn't have any luck. We didn't pay attention to the eggs in the incubator.
Hey Chuck, so I want to ask this only because you've been in the game, what, 2-3 years?
I guess this is like 4 years now. 2019.
So coming in with Chondros and working with Chondros, did you ever like have any drama, like any negative feedback?
In what way? Like how I was keeping, or like just in general?
In general, like how you're keeping, like
I do a lot of shit that's so green tree pythons are like the most, in my opinion, the most progressive species to keep and breed. Nobody really experiments very often with them, and I try a lot of new different things because I'm like not a bitch. So I take positive theory and I just apply it to like a problem. For example, a lot of people think it's controversial, but I cure RIs in my animals with an O3 ozone generator. Have you ever heard of ozone?
Well, hold on. So how are you doing this without killing the animal?
I haven't heard of that. I guess
listen, every medication has its side effects. So if my snake's not going to die from an RI, it's just going to have a sore throat for a couple days. And any medication can be overdosed to the point where it's fatal. There's no medication that you can take a shit ton of and not have ill effects, right?
Yeah.
So at controlled levels or exposure, it cures RIs in a matter of a couple days.
Okay. So
O3 is 3 parts of an oxygen molecule. I use that O3 generator to kill odor-causing bacteria in my hunting clothes before I go out. Now, it also kills coronavirus. It was being used to sanitize medical equipment.
That it was.
So I started looking it up. I was like, why can't my snake breathe this shit in? If it has an RI, it's going to kill everything in its respiratory system, just like a nebulizer. And treatment on humans is banned in the U.S., but there are studies online, treatment in humans that have pretty severe cases of COVID that are treated with ozone treatments, make full recoveries quickly, as well as they pump ozone into dog and cat enclosures or kennels in some shelters or vet offices to kill RIs in cats and dogs. And there's studies of it online.
So, okay. We're definitely going down a controversial road. I fucking love this because I remembered my boss at the last shop had mentioned something about this. He was like, man, I got COVID and I'm tempted just to turn on the ozone machine. He was like, I just don't know what the levels are. And he was too worried about like how to control it in order to do it properly. Because you're right. In theory, not theory, like it's proven. It does in the right levels kill things. Damn. All right. Bet. I need like a step-by-step on this because I would be down to do this because boas occasionally catch RIs and I've dealt with it twice now in the years that I've kept them. And holy shit, like it definitely would be, I don't really see, as long as it's done right, like a super ill side effect from it, like possible medications, overdosing. The possibility what could go wrong is severely or significantly less than the ozone. Well, I guess I don't know, man.
If somebody has cancer and you treat them with chemo, they're going to lose their hair, right? But they're not going to die of cancer if the treatment works.
Yeah,
There's side effects to everything. Some people don't like to. I guess they don't like people that try new things, and I say to those people, like, I'm kiss my ass. Like, they're my animals. I'll do what I want with them, and it's worked. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm abusing my animals. I'm trying to help them, if anything. Like another thing that I've done with my eggs, I was having some mold issues on a couple eggs, and I took chlorhexidine and I treated the eggs directly on the shell and killed the mold with chlorhexidine.
That's like foot powder, right?
No, chlorhexidine is that blue stuff, that cleaning solution you get at like Tractor Supply, but I used it to irrigate the Jacobson organs up in my snake's, my one snake's nose when I had a full body infection. I was shooting out all the infection out of its nose and in its mouth. Like, you could scrub the chlorhexidine in their mouth. My vet was telling me that's how to treat the issue. And I was sanitizing its mouth with chlorhexidine, and it's used to clean the cages.
Whoa. Okay. No shit. Interesting. And you were directed by a vet to do this? That's pretty cool. Okay.
I was directed by a vet to treat my snake in the mouth with it. Like, he said, really bad mouth rot and stuff.
Yeah.
He'll dip a toothbrush in chlorhexidine and he will scrub the infection out of it. And they can ingest it. It's not, you don't want to shoot it down their throat, but yeah, they can have it in their mouth. They can have it in their nasal cavity. So I said, why would I not kill this mold, which is basically a microorganism? I'll kill it on the eggshell with chlorhexidine, because the chlorhexidine ain't going to kill the snake.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. Damn. All right. You spitting fucking heat, bro. Like, this is cool.
Now, as far as the foot powder is concerned, some people will use Elmer's glue mixed with the foot powder, the Lotrimin antifungal absorbent foot powder. Well,
yeah.
There's two problems with that. First problem is I killed an egg with that. I treated it with the Elmer's glue, but the eggs were drying out to begin with, so I never left the egg outside of the incubator to let the glue cure, and the glue never cured, and the glue stayed wet on the egg when it went back into an environment that was 100% humidity, and I think that's what killed my egg. So what I did was I didn't want to pile it on there because, like I said, the eggs were drying out, and it's absorbent foot powder now. You're mixing the glue with it, and you're completely robbing the absorbency factor of the foot powder because you're putting a liquid on it, right?
Yeah.
So you had to apply it dry. Now, some people were, taking the foot powder and just dumping it on the eggs. But when you make too thick of it, like too thick of a film or too thick of a pile of fungal foot powder like that, now it's absorbent. It's not allowing the egg to drink the humidity in the water to rehydrate the egg. So I think that you kind of like set up like a barrier. So what I did is I took a woman's blush makeup brush, and I put the egg inside of a deli cup that was lined with the foot powder, and I took the makeup brush and dusted the egg to the point where there was a fine coating over it, and I would just place it back into the incubator, and it worked. So it was basically like I don't know how else to explain it. It just worked. Like it kept it at bay for, maybe once every week. I had to open up the egg box, and that wasn't really detrimental to the eggs because the Chondro eggs are really susceptible to drying out. So.
Okay. And what humidity are you keeping these eggs at? What level?
100%.
100% humidity. Oof,
Imagine an egg that has to be kept at 100% humidity, but can't get a drop of water on it.
Whoa.
Now you get condensation buildup on the lid of the egg box, right? I made my own egg boxes. Halfway through incubation, I had to make another egg box that then fixed my problem, my eggs drying out. And while making this egg box, I kind of weighed in some factors. Like, a lot of people complain about the condensation that will form on the lid and drip down onto the eggs. So doing some research, first thing was an easy fix. You just put a Sharpie under one side of the egg box on the bottom to make like a pitched roof, right? So that the water droplets would collect and divert away from the eggs. But I didn't want that. I wanted to prevent prevent condensation from forming on the lid. So I came up with an idea. I have a vacuum sealer that I seal all my deer meat in, and I made a bag of water that was the same size as the lid of the egg box. I put the water in there at the hotter part of the incubator so that the water was warmer than the interior of the egg box and the chamber. Well, I'm sorry, the location of the egg box and the egg box itself. The water bag has to be warmer. I would place the water bag on the lid of the egg box. Now, if anyone has ever incubated eggs, when you stack your egg boxes, the one on the bottom that has the lid coming in contact with the substrate of the one on top always has less condensation where that egg box was sitting. So what it did was it didn't allow large droplets of condensation to form, and it acted almost like a defroster on a car, and it only was a mist of condensation the whole time during incubation. Now, when I went in there, I would wipe it anyway. If there's already condensation, it doesn't work. If the water bag is colder than the interior of the egg box, it will increase the amount of condensation. So it has to be right, but it worked.
Huh. Interesting, man. Damn, you got some real innovative ideas here that are they're game changing. I mean, that could help a lot of people with condensation issues. I know ball python breeders that struggle with condensation depending on where they're at.
Right. Now, if you don't have a vacuum sealer, because I went through this with a friend of mine, I started brainstorming, and I had an aha moment, and I called him. I said, put a Ziploc bag full of Orbeez on top of the damn thing.
Ah, okay.
So you don't have water leaking out of a regular Ziploc or a slide lock bag. You can use Orbeez.
Interesting.
Huh. Yeah, I'm like, my mind is just like, poof. Like all over the ceiling. That's insane. Okay. I like it, man.
I'm just like, whatever you're doing, though, you're doing it right. Your animals are thriving. You're good.
Thanks, bro.
That's all
I
that matters.
appreciate it. Feeding the animals, I tried, a prey item that is a bit controversial. I mean, people do it, but I did it a different way with the baby green trees. But we can get to that further in the episode if you want to focus on like the babies and establishment and all that.
Well, hold on, talk about what do you do? Well, we're in the controversial side right now. So what do you doing that's controversial on the feeding?
It's not necessarily controversial. Some people just don't want to try it or use it. So baby green trees are so little. They're like the size of like a quarter perched up, right? When they first come out. So a lot of people are feeding pinkies. I had a baby, newborn pinkies, red hots, right? There's no nutritional value to this pinky. It's just a blob of goo, right? And they're floppy, and the snake can't really figure it out because you're teaching them to learn how to eat. They don't necessarily not want to eat. They just don't know how to. And you got to keep them alive long enough until they learn how to eat. I had a baby. I was feeding pinkies. It was eating great, and it prolapsed on me. So I reinserted the prolapse. You take the perch out. You let it live on a dry paper towel for a few weeks. Now, when it's better, what am I going to do? Feed it another pinky because now it's thinner than the others. I'm going to feed it pinkies again so it reprolapses. So I didn't. And a lot of people toss around the idea that it's a possibility that malnutrition causes prolapses in baby green trees. So I started brainstorming again. And I came up with the idea of using a medium rat's tail injected with an infant Enfamil brand infant polyvesol multivitamin into the meaty part of the tail. I would get a tail that was about the same girth of the snake, and I would cut it to about the same length of a pinky. And I have a video, an instructional video, where you can see I taught my baby green, one of the green trees, a couple of them, to eat medium rat's tails because they're more rigid and they don't flop around as much as a pinky. They're more nutritious, in my personal opinion, because there's actual bone in the tail. There's a meaty part of the tail, and then injected with the infant multivitamin, they're now getting the nutrients that they're lacking. And I fed this animal that prolapsed. Typically, prolapses can reoccur if there's no changes in the diet and you don't change anything, about what you're doing. And now it went straight from medium rat's tails to fuzzies, and it's thriving.
Okay, I like it. Now, go back to the Bill Stiegel episode, right? I believe he had said that green tree pythons start on frogs, right? Like frogs and small lizards.
No, some people do as a last resorted prey item. Typically, I mean, ideally, you want them on rodents, frozen thawed rodents. Some people use live rodents. Some people are using pinky heads, like to get assist feeds because they physically can't spit it out of their mouth. But you typically, it's rodents. It's red hot mouse pinkies. Some people are using anoles. Some people are using frogs. I personally don't want to use reptilian prey items because I don't want any sort of parasites coming from a wild caught invasive anole from Florida. I mean, not that it's wrong. If you can get them to feed, it's better to treat them with Panicure later on than have a dead snake. But that's something that I steered away from. I just scented my my pinkies with chick down.
So help me learn about green trees a little bit here, right? Through their cycle of life. So they start out this itty bitty little almost worm noodle, and as they're growing, right? So they start out on small lizards, small frogs.
In the wild, they eat small skinks.
In the wild. Sorry,
small skinks during the day is when.
So we're in the wild, right? We're gonna go through its natural life cycle, like not in captivity. So it's born, comes out of the egg. It's eating small. You said skinks.
Skinks are what they've been. I mean, skinks, I guess, typically would be the primary prey item. I'm not sure if it was Matt Somerville or Daniel Natouche, who does research over in Papua and have documented. I think one was documented eating a moth. I think they're very opportunistic feeders, and they're going to eat anything that moves that they can fit in their mouth in the wild. To be completely honest with you, people say that they're primarily bird eaters. That is not the case. Their primary food is going to be rodents as adults, but I would not put it past a green tree python to eat a lizard, a frog, a bird, anything that moves in front of them. They're wild animals. They're not getting fed, a frozen thawed rat every, 3 weeks or every 2 weeks.
Okay, no, for sure. So they go through this natural change, though, right? Where they're in the wild, they're going to be intentionally hunting rodents. So there's a natural change in their diet. So it's not something like you're going to be necessarily fighting. Like let's compare like one of my favorite species to go herping for, and I love enjoying them in the wild because they're so common here, and I won't keep them because they're primarily reptile eaters in the Arizona longnose. So they don't go through a transition from baby to adult to where eventually they're going to be on rodents on their own. You have to sway them over and change their diet. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm curious as to why. Right, it sounds like a lot of green tree python breeders have this issue of getting them on food. Mm-hmm. So why not captive breed anoles, right? Like get rid of these viruses and the stuff that you guys are scared of, and this is of your own. Each individual breeder would have to do this, right? Get your anoles, get a safe breeding going, and start that route in your own facility, and then get them over to rodents when they're ready. So you guys aren't constantly doing these like weird tricks and you're just kind of going with their natural cycle. I'm curious as to why that thought process hasn't been put in there, because I know a lot of colubrid breeders will do that with the colubrids that switch from reptiles to rodents in a natural life cycle.
I don't necessarily know that anybody's tried that, and I wouldn't disagree with it. I know that, like I said, I don't necessarily think that the babies don't want to eat pinkies. I think they want to eat They want to eat. They just don't know how to, and they need to learn. It's like a baby needs to. A baby doesn't come out walking right away, right? They come out crawling and then standing up, whatever. But as far as feeding, breeding your own, reptilian prey items like anoles or house geckos. I've talked about it with other breeders, but that was when I was pulling my hair out trying to get the clutch established. But then seeing, spending so much time with them the last 6 months, going up there hours upon hours a week, I'm seeing that I can probably just get by with some rodents or rats' tails and stuff, and it's good to get them started the first few months on something that, you know, basically the same scent that they're going to be eating for the rest of their lives. Because maybe you might have some issues if you do get your clutch established on lizards, and then you try to go feed it a rodent, and it looks at you and says, "Well, what's that? I'm not going to eat that." So
Yeah, there's definitely that risk. I know of colubrid breeders that struggle with that, even with the natural change that the snake goes through.
I don't think that you're wrong, though. I mean, I think it's a great idea. I think it's just I don't know what it would cost. I don't know the type of care involved, husbandry. How would you pull those things out of there, or what would it? You know what I mean?
No,
I don't
for
know.
sure. There's a lot. There's definitely a lot that goes into it. And I was more thinking for like the nutritional aspect though. Like I know, like they're opportunistic eaters, so they're gonna basically eat anything you put in front of them. But as far as like nutrition goes, because if you think about a baby lizard or a smaller, I mean, fuck, man, if they would eat Western banded geckos, shit, even the size like a subadult Western banded would probably be perfect, and that's a subadult animal, fully developed spine, fully developed organs. As far as like nutrition goes, versus like these, like you said, these little blood sacks that they're getting little to no nutrition out of, giving them like a almost fully developed lizard. I imagine they'd get every ounce of nutrition without having to add anything or having to change very much into it. You know what I mean? It's the same concept I put into like the only reason like I give baby boas, I'll even entertain the idea of using mice is because I can go a bigger mouse than I can a smaller rat, and they'll get more nutrition out of a more matured mouse than they will a smaller rat, because that mouse is more developed. That's really like the only like swaying cause I have into that. I still don't fully want to wrap my head around that and cave into it, because again, it's a fucking heavy body constrictor out the egg. I think they should be eating rats, but that's just
Chris, if I send you a picture on your cell phone from my cell phone, could you put it on the screen while we're on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Or? Okay. I'm gonna send you a pic then. Here we go.
I would just have to go back out and download it.
Would it be easier if I sent it to Instagram, or should I send it to your phone?
No, send it to Instagram.
Instagram, okay. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay.
Just so you can. And now this is this animal I'm gonna send you is my animal that's now 10 days old or 12 days old, I think it was. I just sent it to you just now.
Okay, I'll be right back.
But yeah, I know of colubrid breeders that have done the rat tail for the long nose to captively keep them, to get them onto rodents right out of the egg. So that of itself is genius. Like I love that thought process. And then some of the like king snakes come out probably about the same size as the green tree python. They're fucking pathetically small. Corn snakes, tails are always like the go-to.
Now my snake was actually like, so it wasn't just like even just an assist prey item. Like rather than the pinky flopping around and being real tough for it to grab and wrap onto, the rat's tail stays there. So it was learning how to wrap it. Like you can see it like in its mouth, and it's trying to position it and get its body into the position, and it's wrapping it up like it's a mouse, but it's just a piece of a tail.
That is pretty neat, man. That's a. Oh, sorry. Oh, hey, speak of the devil, there's Reptile Crew right there. Johnny, what's good, bro? Damn it, I got sidetracked again. I gotta quit fucking doing this, man.
We were talking about how little they were feeding rat's tails.
Yeah, rat tails. That's genius. You know what I mean? For like a substitute as compared. It makes me. God damn it, Chuck. Now you got me thinking. I'm almost wondering with the African house snakes if I can get them more nutrition and a better feed if I just got them. I don't know if they'll take it, but I'm almost tempted to fucking try. Have you ever seen the African house snake and how pathetically small these snakes are? I
think I have. They like those little brown ones.
Yeah, and they're probably, you say quarter size. Like they're probably about the size newborn.
That's 10 or 12 days old after it got significantly bigger from, it was living off the yolk in its stomach.
Wow, that thing is tiny.
Yeah.
Super tiny, bro.
And like I said, it grew a bit. And they were nice sized Neos. There's Neos that are tremendously smaller than that a buddy of mine has. It's pretty impressive.
Nice. Wow, those are tiny. Yeah, I'd say African house snakes are about the same size coming out then. Now you got me fucking thinking. Damn, man. I really appreciate this episode. Thank you, Chuck.
You got it, man.
Man, I'm like full blown like thought process right now. I wonder if that would work because you see, yeah, with African house snakes, the biggest struggle I hear, and I don't know a lot about them. I am no expert, but like from what I understand, is one of the biggest factors that kills them is them not eating and trying to get them to take little freaking sacks of blood. That makes sense because they're not getting enough nutrition.
Oh, you talking about assist feeding? Because assist feeding the rat's tails is the best too, because the angle of the skin rings and the angle of the hair on the rat's tail and how rigid it is. You pop it in their mouth and you get that tail just past the hinge. The angle of the teeth gets stuck like Velcro and they can't spit it out. They have to swallow it.
Huh.
So when you assist feed a baby green tree, you will pop it in their mouth and typically take them off the perch and let them just crawl around on a bare tub, and they'll open their mouth and they'll corkscrew and do all this funny shit to try to get it off, but they can't. I mean, sometimes they spit it out, but you pop it right back in, and once you get it right, they'll wrestle with it for 15 minutes and then just figure like, all right, I'm just going to swallow it because it's easier. So you're getting past the first step of learning how to swallow it and articulate their jaw and move it down their throat. And then you move to teaching them how to wrap it, because once they wrap it, they know how to now swallow and eat it.
That's so cool, man.
It is. It's neat to see the progression because you're like, you just want to throw everything in the room. Like when you're trying to feed baby green trees, like you're spending hours upon hours, and then one will take it, and then you're sitting there like this with the tongs, and you don't want to move, and they're sitting there for like 7-8 minutes, and then your dumbass leaves the beer across the room, so now you got nothing to do but stare at this stupid snake that just won't, like, it'll just have it, and you'll sit there for like 6-7 minutes, and then all of a sudden you'll like go to wipe like a droplet of sweat off your nose, and it'll freak out and drop it and then crawl away. And then you're back to square one. You got to put them in, let them perch up again.
Bro, we
talking
about this. What? When you call Chuck, like we talk about the Chondros Hall, like often when you call, like for hours, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The other night he called me, dude. I was all half asleep and I was falling asleep on him. Like, oh, my bad, bro.
You're good, man.
Damn.
But I was tired
trust me,
from
I'd be
work.
playing Fortnite with this motherfucker. He'd be falling asleep, getting his ass killed. Sorry, bro.
Happens. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, brother?
What's up, dog?
Reptile crew in the house.
So, Chuck, walk us through it, right? Your snake. So, do you cut eggs or do you let them pip on their
own? It depends.
It's a pretty loaded question.
In my case, I cut on day 54 one, and I poked it, and it flinched, so I knew that they were alive. I believe day 55, it popped its head out, and that's a long time. You know, you're starting to get into the danger zone. I cut them all on day 55 when the one then popped its head out. Some were more than ready, some were not ready. I lost 4 upon hatch, so I had 8 babies perch. But I had various issues because of that. They didn't die because I cut. But they're not like ball python eggs where you just seal them with press and seal and cut on day 60. You have to read basically take a risk and maybe cut one and poke it, see if it's alive, see what's going on. Because once you get past day 50, day 52, you start to get in the scary part where you don't know if they're going to die full term in the egg. Maybe they can't come out. Maybe they can't get through the eggshell or whatever it may be. But usually people wait for the first one to pip, and then we'll cut anywhere from immediately to 24 hours later. That's majority of breeders.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely see the fear that would start to set in. So you could, the first one pips, you cut the rest of them. Everybody comes out. What's your next step?
It depends. Some people separate them immediately and try to feed. Some people keep them together until they've all shed, and they will be removed one at a time after they've shed, and then they will attempt to feed after the first shed. I kept majority of mine together. I kept them all different ways, but I kept the majority of the clutch together until they shed, and then when one would shed, it would go in its tub by itself, and then immediately I would start feeding trials and try to give it a meal.
Okay. So people feed fresh out of the egg.
I don't necessarily know if it's like fresh out of the egg, but yeah, a couple days old before, because they shed. Their first sheds are within 10 to 12 days. But yeah, people try to feed before it, try to get meals in them immediately, but I didn't. I mean, when they come out, their stomachs, they look like they have a little pot belly in there. They have so much in their stomach from the egg yolk being absorbed that they're able to survive at least the first 2 weeks on that. I mean, Ryan Young from Molecular, he doesn't attempt to feed his snakes until two weeks after the first shed, which is approximately 4 weeks old. They'll live off of the egg yolk, and then he'll start to try to feed them.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't fully agree with people that feed like basically essentially fresh out of the egg, right? You got to let them digest the yolk, and
you got to let them learn how to be a snake first. They need to learn how to perch. They sit funny. You know, I had one that was it was laying its tail on the ground like it was gonna die. And it was just, its head was on the perch and its whole body was like laying sideways for like a day or two. But it was just learning how to be a baby snake. You know what I mean? They need to learn how to use their bodies and perch up and crawl and drink and all that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. See, yeah. Anyways,
I don't think they quite have it in their muscle. I mean, majority of them, like I said, you have a newborn child, it can't hold its own bottle to feed. It takes a couple months before they're able to hold their own bottle of formula, right? I think it's kind of the same thing with the snakes. In order to get the bite, the wrap, that muscle, not necessarily the muscle memory, but the movements down, I think they kind of have to learn how to use their body to climb first and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And they got to get their metabolism going and break down what they got. Yeah, it's a whole thing. All right, so they come out, they shed, you feed them, or you start the feeding cycle, right? Like
you try to feed them, you attempt to feed them. Yeah.
How many? Okay, just out of curiosity, it completely derail this. How many did you have take the first try?
1.
And you had 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So 7 of them were like, fuck off.
Yes. One,
like, leave me alone.
One still tells me to fuck off, and he's 6 months old. It's 6 months old.
Oh man. All right. So you go through. All right. So I guess we'll use the other 7 as a example, right? So you get them all to take their first meal. What happens after the first meal?
It depends. Sometimes they're turned on and you're good to go. Not in my case. They would take 3-4 meals. I think they were established, and then they shed. After they shed, they forget everything, and you're back to square one. You're reestablishing them again. They don't know how to eat.
What for real? So you do all this work, all this frustration, all the everything that goes into it, and then it's just like that restarts the clock.
I cleared out a spot in the freezer for them. I was so pissed. Like 4 of them that were eating all shed, and then they forgot. Like they forgot that they were here. They forgot where they were. They had no idea what to do. They wouldn't even bite the pinky, or they'd bite it and they would throw it. And it was hours upon hours when I thought I had forced like eating 3-4 meals consecutively.
Yeah. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you go through your cycle.
Talk about quitting. I wanted to quit.
So you go through your cycle again, and then what does that look like if you get a? Is there a possibility that like you lose an animal during that second time?
I think the possibility is always there. However, usually you end an unsuccessful feeding session with an assist feed to get a meal in them.
Okay.
So, I've sent Chris my notes. My notes are pretty extensive. So every single baby has their own Excel spreadsheet page,
Mhm.
and I would have the date, I would have the prey item, I would have the method of presentation, notes, observations, what the snake did, what it did like, what it did not like. I would note down some snakes loved being touched on the tail. Some snakes hated it. Some snakes took tiny, tiny meals. Some snakes would take a regular meal. So some would bite, grab, and hold on for a really long time and then never eat it. Some would bite and wrap and immediately take their head off of it. I got a snake established that would bite, wrap, and take its head off it, but not let the pinky go. So then I was talking to a buddy of mine, Mark Hager from Texas Chondros, and he was like, just give it another pinky. While it's wrapped up on the other one, make it bite another pinky. Put another pinky in its mouth, and it did, and it ate, and it never it ate from there on out every single meal.
Damn.
That's a
And that's
lot
how
of
it
work.
got established. Oh, dude, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that dude,
It's like another full-time job, bro. Like
Yeah,
you got your
bro,
full-time
like,
job and then another full-time
I
job.
have like absolutely no desire to breed chondros. Like
it's a pain
y'all
in the
got
ass.
me like 10 levels of fucked up, man. Like,
Bro, that's what I told Chuck. I was like, when I get that girl, it's just display animal. I'm not gonna breed at all.
Yeah,
Just take
like, dude,
takes forever.
they are the what if you get a nice captive born and bred animal from a breeder, it's established 6 months old, and you could do the husbandry correct, like simplistic, man. Like this is excessive, right? They're just fake plants to look cool. It does give it a little bit of foliage up top to feel safe, but all they need to do is live on a PVC pipe with a water bowl and paper towels on the ground in a tub. They're pretty happy like that, right? And they'll eat for you fantastically. You won't really have very many issues with them. As adults, the males only eat once a month. They don't really do much. They're pretty easy to take care of. But you want to kill one really fast, try to breed it.
yeah,
Yeah, he
I've
was
heard
telling me
Experienced a lot of failures.
that they corkscrew in there and they'll just flop. I was like, what?
I've put my fair share of green tree pythons. Listen, I don't want to say that it's definitely not the hardest species to breed, but one of the more challenging species to breed, for sure. They are definitely hard.
I would put them right underneath the goddamn Bolins at this point. Shit, y'all are lucky you got them fucking established at all.
But like having my success, I also behind that success is a lot more failures. A lot. Like I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've learned from every single one of them, and I try new things. So like all the Instagram's just a highlight reel. You guys haven't seen the snakes I've had to put in the trash, or the injuries that were sustained to a snake because of an issue while I was breeding, or the babies that died during hatch, or that a dead egg that I had because I made a mistake trying to treat it, or making the wrong egg box and all my entire clutch was drying out, was going to die. They were turning into raisins.
Well, why not? I feel like that would be like for us to learn from. That'd be cool.
It is, yeah. It's not all like all Instagram sees is like the cool pictures of the babies with the cool music and the reel and all that. It's tough. Like I feel accomplished that I did it, but I also know every time I failed, like in the back of my head, so I always doubt myself. There's a lot of failure involved with it if you're gonna breed green trees, and especially try to do new things. For sure. They will kick you in the nuts, dude. They are like that really hot girlfriend that treats you like shit.
I like that analogy. Okay, that's or metaphor.
But she's hot, so you don't get rid of her. You know what I mean?
Fuck, man. Yeah, that's y'all keep your green tree pythons. I'm gonna go with emerald trees.
Dude, I'm scared to death of those things. As far as keeping, there's people that say they're harder because of the digestive issues and all that. Like I guess their metabolism or digestive issues, they digest them so much slower. If you get
a python to a boa.
Yeah, I mean, you get it if you get like a you get the imports. You have the issue with it's a gamble, I guess, with the way you got to knock everything out with flagell and then build it back up with probiotics. I don't know, man. That's imports are tough
I've heard
too.
it's a whole ass thing.
Yeah, and you're not. I mean, unless you want to buy a cat bed basin for $4,000-$5,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, fucking basins. I'm definitely gonna start with the northern. I'm not gonna go up right off the rip with a basin. Holy fuck, man, that's a goddamn car payment, bro.
There's I think it's an adult female snowflake basin on Morph Market. Did you see it?
No, dude, I don't. Okay, I stay away.
It's actually Socrates is selling it. The Socrates listed it.
What's the cost on it? Fucking 50.
30,000.
Holy shit, that's goddamn, bro. I can have a Tesla for that, dog.
30 grand.
Oh, dude.
But I mean, if I'm not mistaken, they have to be much older than green trees to breed. Don't they got to be like 7 years old? 6, 7 years old is when you want to breed a female basin, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be 6 to 7 or 7 to 8, but it's up there. They're not far off from the true red tails. Like a Guyana or a Peruvian or what's it? Fucking God damn it, Chris, help me out here. Peruvian, Guyana. What's the third one?
From where?
The true red tail boas. Damn it,
dude! I'm not a boa. You're the boa guy.
I know. I'm so embarrassed of myself right now. I can't.
You're the one that he brags about the boas all the time, bro. He knows them all.
Colombian?
No, not the. Yeah, I guess Colombian has a true red tail. There's another one. Anyway,
Suriname.
Suriname. There we go. Suriname. I always forget the Suriname. They're between 6 to 7 years before you can breed them. They take time, man. Boas in general, so the biggest thing that people screw up when it comes to boas and pythons, they're not the same snake. You can't go from like a reticulated python to a true red tail and treat it the same way. It's not going to work. You're going to end up hurting or killing the boa. They have a slower digestion. They are way heavier bodied. They store their fat way differently. They're just overall, it's literally two separate animals. Like they cannot be treated the same. And I'm curious whether green tree pythons and emerald tree boas get, somebody gets into the emerald trees and treats it like a green tree, and that's what ends up being a part of the failure. A lot like you see a lot of failure in the BCI or the BI or whatever the hell the fucking community's calling them now. The BCIs, yeah. You see a lot of keepers get into the boas and treat them like a ball python, and they end up fat, overweight, with RIs, all kinds of different issues. It's because they're treating that boa like it's a python. It doesn't work out. Again, so it makes sense that their breeding cycle, you have to wait 6 to 7 or up to 8 years. I mean, with my Guyana, I'm probably going to wait until it's 7.5, 8 years old before I do anything with it.
When you got to think, I mean, a green tree python, for example, is really only growing eggs in her for what, 47 days or something like that. It's 25 from ovulation to shed, and then approximately 14 to 21 days after that they lay. That's a very short gestation period as opposed to a live bearing boa that's going to hold on to those babies for how long? 100 and some odd days, if I'm not mistaken. 120 days, 130 days.
Yeah, it's up there, man. Yeah.
And that's a lot of stress on that female's body, and you're never going to have the opportunity to breed them back-to-back years. That's every 2 to 3 years, because that female really needs to recover after that. That's heavy on her.
For sure. I know like Patrick over at Graceful Serpents will give his females a year to 2 years off, depending on how big the litter was, how stressful it was. And that's just with the common BCI. I know true red tail breeders, like you can't go back. The quickest you can go is skipping a year and then going again. But I know a lot of them will wait that 2 to 3 year period just to give that female time to recover. So it makes me, I don't know any outside of MJ. I don't know anybody that breeds emerald trees. No, I'm thinking about it. So Socrates breeds them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I know he does green tree pythons. I didn't know he was like is he like a big name in the emerald trees thing? I don't fucking pay close enough attention.
It's not what he's known for, but he has basins he's produced. Okay. He's done it more than a few times. He's He also hatched out mangrove snakes. I think Boega, the Boega mangrove snakes, the black and yellow ones, and then I think him and his daughter just did a ball python clutch, and he has Bolins. I don't know if he necessarily plans to breed them. I think he will, but he's mainly known for the green trees for sure.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to pay closer attention to what the hell he's got going on.
I think last year was 67 babies he hatched out.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
in 2026, he said it before, so it's not a secret, but 2026 he plans on quitting. He wants to make 30 clutches is his goal in 2026, and then he's going to stop and travel the world. He wants 30 clutches of green trees.
Damn.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
How close? 2026. So he'll do that in 2026 and then call it quits.
He's going to try. He's going to try, yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I'm like thinking about it as he explains how hard it is to establish a baby chondro. He wants 30 clutches.
I had 8. I had 8 and I was ready to jump out of the window.
See what I'm saying? Like,
wow, yeah, that's a lot, man. God. But Socrates has the patience of a fucking saint, man.
Socrates had, well, not just the patience. He has it down. His animals are selectively held back and bred. He keeps the best feeders back. His males never go off feed when they're breeding. They eat through breeding. So he'll put a male with 3 different females in a year. Just put him in, she ovulates, takes him out, puts it in with another female until she ovulates, takes him out, puts another female in, or puts it into another female. He's got it down. It's been years and years to get the system he has down. But
so you guys are introducing the female to the male, not the male to the female?
No, I corrected myself. The male is going into the female's enclosure.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, that's weird, but that's kind of cool. I guess it would be the opposite with green trees.
No, yeah, that's if I'm not mistaken, that's what they do. That's what like tree monitors. I think they take the female and put it in the male's enclosure.
So,
with like Prasinus and stuff.
Real quick, not to derail this, but I want to go way back to the very beginning of this. You said that you used a new PVC coating, and one of your males is just like, "Yep, I'm out. Fuck you." Yeah. Why is that?
Why'd I use it, or why'd he die?
Why do you think he died? Like, what caused that? Like, just because you changed one thing in his environment, it was like, whoa, either freaked out, had a fucking aneurysm, or what? Like,
no, it was definitely my fault. I used a great, so it's Great Stuff brand expanding foam, but it's for pond and stone, and it's fish safe. And a friend of mine used it on his perches and brushed it on with a paintbrush. I didn't brush it on with a paintbrush. I just put on rubber gloves and I spread it across the perches and left them outside to dry, but it was much thicker than he applied it. And I think what I did is I did not allow enough for off gassing. And I think it didn't like sitting on the perch, and I put it in there, and it sat at the top of the Cambro tub, which is a sealed lid, and there's no ventilation at the very, very top. There's ventilation in the holes that are about 3 inches lower. The snake was above that. So I think maybe the fumes were sitting up there because it was sitting on the power cord of the heat panel. And it just started having, it just had watery stool, just urated and pooped every single day liquid. And anything that I did, I soaked it for 3 straight days in water just to kind of flush it out of the system. And it didn't work. It ended up, I put it in the incubator when it wasn't doing so well, and it never recovered. Now, this is also, mind you, an imported male Biak, which Biaks are extremely nervous animals. And I've always had issues with every snake that I've lost so far has been an imported male Biak.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking like you did.
It was my fault. It wasn't the snake.
Like,
It wasn't my. It was my fault. 100%. Like it was a mistake I made. It sucks. Now I've had other animals drop dead from, this. Like I think that my one male passed away because of the stress of basically being introduced to a female. He didn't like her. He didn't want anything changed. Every single time I would walk into the room, he would strike the side of the tub, just super nervous, super aggressive. And I think that male died because of a severely stressful event. Being introduced to the female, he didn't like another snake in there with him. It took him out, and he just didn't want to keep any meals down. He started regurgitating consecutively, and until he just passed away.
Damn, that's tough, man.
And that sucks because that snake was turning a blue wash on its sides. That was a really pretty biak.
Oh damn, man. Yeah, that's tough. That's
I don't know.
I feel like I could kill a Chondro real quick, man. I'm always changing shit, bro. Like I'm always moving things around, and I guess I'm a little bit more appreciative for my species now. You know, in a very negative situation, but to make the silver lining, like shit, man.
Bro,
I just call him. Go ahead.
So that's why I told Chuck when I get that Chondro, the baby from him, that I'm gonna get the focus cube, the one that Bill had from Focus Habitats, I think it's called. Right?
Yeah,
Focus Cube Habitats. Yeah.
Focus Cube Habitats. Yep.
Yeah, Focus Cube Habitats. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna get that and just leave it in there. Not mess with this cube, just so he don't pass out on me or something.
So now, Chuck, I'm even more curious, right? So, like, as a keeper, I'm very interactive, right? Like, I come out here, like, I got a work from home job now, so I'm constantly pulling my animals out, even more than I was. So, like, where before I had this, I was pulling them out on a regular basis. Now it's like triple that. I have enough to cycle to where it's not stressful on the animal. But like with the green tree python, can you even do that? Can you even pull them out like every other day and like handle them and interact with them?
Yeah,
without having to worry about freaking killing them.
I think it really comes down to the individual animal. And like I said, I was dealing with imported male biaks and the ones that passed away. But like I said, the one that passed away because of the fumes was totally my fault. Like I made a mistake. However, the other ones, I was trying to breed them. I've never lost a snake without trying to breed it that I didn't change anything on. Like, so all the ones upstairs, I mean, like the male Manaquari down here and the male Sarong that are, upstairs breeding with females right now. They're imported. They're long-term captives. They're pretty nice when I go in there, but I try to just leave them alone. But like my babies, my kids play with them. They hold them. They're constantly out taking pictures of them, and they're all established other than one, and they don't mind it. I mean, I just posted a video of my daughter holding the one that just left, and it's, tongue flicking her face, and it's probably friendlier than most baby ball pythons. It never, I've never got bit by a baby. Once I went in there and it realized it wasn't food. I got bit by one time, and that was because I was trying to feed it, and I went to go tap its tail with my finger as I was trying to present a prey item, and it turned around and got my finger. But other than that, people have a very and there's a misconception about green tree pythons is that they're nasty or bitey. Well, because 90% of them are imports, and most people buy them from a show. And you got to think that snake was plucked off of a branch in the wild, which they're not supposed to be, right? They're supposed to be farm bred. But let's be honest, the ones that come in with scars and parasites on them, like ticks and shit, they're plucked off of a branch. They're filtered through the breeding facilities over there, the farms in Indo, and they're stuffed in Coca-Cola bottles. And just think about the trip they have from there to here. Then they get to the importer's facility. Some of those importers go straight to a show, put them inside of a deli cup, and offer them for sale. And then someone unexpected that is asking questions that's going to purchase this off the table because it's a $350, $400 snake, right? They see these $1,500 green tree pythons online. They think they're getting a great deal. And they bring it home, and it's just mean, and it's scared, and it never gets cleaned out from internal parasites, and it's just an absolute mess. And Bill Stiegel said it himself. I think he said it great. A lot of those snakes are already dead. You just don't know it yet. They're never going to make it.
That sucks, dude.
Isn't it
Just
sad?
thinking about it.
It's sad.
Like,
It sucks.
so they buy the snake, you take the money, they profit, but you get a dead snake. That's trash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's
think
not
about,
here for Flynn.
and $400 ain't a little bit of money. It's cheap in perspective to what captive prices are, but it's you got to think that person's never going to be able to call that importer after they go home and ask them like, hey, what time of the day were you feeding us, or what prey items were you feeding us? He has no idea. The dude just cracked open a wooden crate and tossed it on the table and sold it for cheap and flipped it.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, man.
That's horrible, bro.
That's the thing about this hobby. I wish we were better about was educating people about wild caught imports, man. And if you're gonna do it, know what the hell you're doing.
And guess what? I love imports, man. Majority of my collection is imports, and I've lost my fair share of imports, but like the ones that I have are now long-term captives, and I like having new blood in my collection. Like I really do. I mean, the two snakes that I posted today, actually all three of them that I posted today were all imports. The two that were sitting on the PVC perch that blew them with the crazy blue wash came from DM Exotics, Dan Mullery. I bought it off of a friend who got it from him. The female Biak that's in there with him has those cool yellow splotches on her. She's an imported Biak that was bought from somebody who knows what they're doing with acclimating, wild caught animals or imported animals and getting them up to speed and then selling them to people for much more than what a show would cost. But now that I could reach out to that guy when I was first getting started and get all the information from him on the care. And then, that Manacora I had with that real heavy blue dorsal going down, it looks like barbed wire. That is a long-term captive, and that animal, I believe, was either farm bred or caught as a neonate, and that's how the owner got it, and that was years ago. So you could be pretty successful with imports. I don't want to have a misconception that imports are definitely not the way to go, because you could definitely be successful with them. You just got to make sure you do it right.
Exactly. Yeah, and that
has to be done right. Go ahead. You're paying for the knowledge. You're paying for the person you're getting it from has the experience and can teach you and tell you exactly how to treat that animal should something arise, or how to keep it husbandry wise, what it likes.
Okay, go ahead, Levi.
No, I was gonna say with imports and exactly like you're doing, Chuck, and the people that you bought from. Like it goes for every import. Like you have to know what you're getting into. You can't just go into it blind and hope to God that you figure it out on the fly. And, just these importers in general should do a better job of like marking these animals. I really wish there was a way to let the general public know, hey, don't buy imports unless you know what you're doing. Because I work with a lot of wild caught animals, and it's not. It's not as simple as you buy an animal off the table and congratulations, you got a successfully living animal. Green tree pythons obviously are going to be the toughest, it sounds like, but I've got a couple of wild caught boas that I've had to treat for parasites and get them acclimated and get them calmed down and get them used to being around people, and it's work, man. So I can only imagine what you go through with the green trees.
Yeah, and like you're not picking up and going in there and handling a wild caught or an imported green tree python. They're not going to like it. They don't want to be bothered by you. They want to be left alone because they see you as a threat.
Yep. So it's a long time. It's about the closest thing that you can get to earning a monitor's trust. It's a good. I think it's a good stepping stone into learning how to gain a monitor's trust. Is working with wild caught animals and building that rapport with the animal before you go in there and snatch it out, because it's not going to work.
The other thing is that female, that the one that's paired up with that male right now, she was imported Biak, and every single time I would come into the room, she would just strike the side of the cage, and I could never do a water change without not getting bit or having to take her off the perch and stress her the hell out and get her in another enclosure or a little holding tub. But as soon as I took those fake palm tree leaves and I just zip tied a couple to the lid, she chilled out. She doesn't go after me anymore. When I go in there now, because she's hiding under the leaves, she realizes it's not feeding time, she just takes her head and tucks it in her coils and hides because she feels like now she can hide, and she's not. And it's just that was like game changing for me and eye opening, and I felt so guilty that keeping her for so long without that type of foliage cover and making her feel vulnerable. That now it's like I feel so much better about myself. Like she thanks me every single time I go in there because now she feels safe. Like she feels like she can hide under those leaves and use her natural camouflage because she knows she's not going to kill me. She's just trying to, the only thing that she felt like she had before was defense to try to bite me because there was nothing for her to hide under.
Respect, man. Yeah, it's definitely game changing when you offer the wild caught animals closer to what they're used to and being able to hide and blend in. And that was the difference maker with the boa. Chris, you've seen the videos of it. That little asshole fucking. It's not it's a BCI, but it's the Sonoran. That little Sonoran boa that I have, dude. The thing was an absolute a-hole.
Oh yeah.
I believe I had too big of a hide in there. Like I had a hide, but like I don't think he felt comfortable in there, so he didn't use it enough. Mm-hmm. So I put a smaller hide in there that was more like he had to like really, really get in there. Like he was super jammed, and that was the difference maker. Now he's super calm. Like he'll just slither his little butt in there when I go in to change water or spot clean, or even when it comes to holding him. Like if I slowly lift up that hide and hold my hand in front of him and let him know, like, hey, it's not feeding time. You got to come out to change. He's super calm, super chill now. Occasionally he'll freak out and go full a-hole mode on me, but I think he's getting into his preteen years. Do Green Tree Pythons do that, Chuck? Do they have a stage, like almost like a hormonal phase, if you will, where they're just kind of like they got a whole bunch of fucking attitude for no reason for a short period of time, and then it just goes away and they go right back to normal?
Not that I've seen, to be honest with you. I know that the feeding response is high. It's definitely high. They're a pretty chill snake. If it's not feeding time and they know, they just don't want to be bothered. They just kind of want to tuck their head. They don't come out to crawl on you and see what you're doing. They either want to eat or they just want to be left alone for the most part.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Unless you keep them wrong husbandry wise, or you don't give them what they want, like I did with that, that female that I have, and they feel threatened all the time. Then every single time that lid pops open, they're coming at you. We're essing up, saying, "Don't touch me." Like I don't like you. I don't know who you are. I'm afraid of you.
Man, their teeth though, man.
Yeah, I picked a lot out of my hands.
I was like, their teeth though, man. Like, I don't want to get bit by one, but
it's not that bad. I mean, I've been jacked up from that carpet python upstairs a lot more than the green trees. I've bit a lot, but it just getting bit. Period sucks. It ain't. I can tell you, it ain't as bad as getting bit by an adult red tail.
Oh yeah, I know all about that. Nah, man,
it sucks.
Dude, a carpet's worse than a boa though.
Mm-hmm.
I will go openly take a bite from my largest female boa before I take any bites from a carpet. I don't like the carpet bite. They're arboreal, so anything arboreal. I'm not a fan of getting bit by first and foremost. But man, it's just something about an adult carpet bite that just sucks ass. It's the way they bite, the way they cinch down. It just does not jive with me. I've taken bites from a coastal. I've taken bites from. Damn it! Today is not my fucking day. Just a regular ass carpet. I've taken all kinds of carpet bites. I'm not a fucking fan of it. It's the way they wrap too, man. I've taken a food response bite from my coastal, and it was not a good time. I was not.
Yeah, that's what mine was.
Fucking sucked.
It bit my pinky and my ring finger. Like, and just that was the worst. Like, you could bite my forearm. Like, why'd you have to bite my fingers, dick?
No, fuck finger bites. No, I hate finger bites.
So Gio wants to know: do you plan on going bioactive anytime soon, Chuck?
No, you'll kill him real quick doing that too. Unfortunately, they like
really going bioactive. How?
Yeah, they just they don't. An environment that's always wet is not what you want a green tree python in. So when you mist them down, you want that evaporation. Like, so if you spray them down or they're going into a shed, you spill the water bowl on purpose on the, I keep them on puppy pads. Every single one of my animals kept on puppy pad, sterile. Some people keep them on cocoa husk or that cocoa bark or repti bark, whatever it is, because they have humidity issues and it holds it a little bit better, I guess. But not bioactive. Bioactive's not what you want for a green tree. I mean, they might have them at like zoos and stuff, but they're in gigantic enclosures and they have them in gigantic enclosures, but they don't like it.
I can see that. And I mean, trying to manage a bioactive and keep it. Man, I don't know. I feel like you got to take, if you were going to go bioactive with green tree pythons, like I feel like you have to take a page out of Earl's book and like go to their native land and measure everything for 365 days and be able to mirror that perfectly, and the work that would go into that, and the struggles and the risks to the animal. That's tough. That is a tough one.
Yeah, mine just sterile. They're happy living on a PVC pipe with a puppy pad on the ground and just a plain water bowl. It's like I said, I put the leaves up top here to make them feel a little bit safer, and then those potted plants are fake from Hobby Lobby. The branches are real. They're manzanita wood, and then the substrate on the bottom is just the charcoal colored puppy pads, and then I have fancy glass bowls from Pyrex.
Hold up, they have charcoal color puppy pads?
Yeah.
Huh. You learn something new every day.
Colors,
I didn't know that. I only got blue and white ones.
They look dope. Yeah, they're gray. They look nice.
Huh. Yeah, send me that. I need some new ones.
They're fairly inexpensive too.
Yeah,
They're probably
because
the same price as the white ones.
I keep my ball pythons on puppy pads in their tubs, and they were talking about breeding back-to-back females. So I breed my male to. If I'm doing 2 different projects with my balls, I use the same male for the 2 females. So I'll put him, switch him, or put him back and switch him. Once he's locked, and then take him out and I'll feed him, and I've been doing that since I had my clutches. I mean, I haven't had problems, issues. The females are good, they're healthy. So
yeah, ball pythons are different though.
Yeah, I know, but I saw that in the comments what they were talking about, and I don't know. That's what I do. A lot of people do things different. I know somebody that breeds for like 1 season, takes the next season off or whatever. So a lot of people are. It's to each their own. Yeah, and it's like Chuck says, to each, like when he breeds or the way he, does his stuff with his chondros. It's at least his animals are thriving. I mean, you can't really talk any negative shit about it. I mean, if your animals are thriving, they're good, they're healthy, you ain't doing anything right. I mean, we're all learning. Doesn't matter how much research you do, you're always learning something new every day.
Yep. 8 babies perch and 8 babies are alive, so.
That's a huge fucking win, man.
Hell yeah. It's cool. I just had a buddy of mine, and two of my friends came and picked theirs up a couple nights ago, and then my first one left here a few weeks ago, and they're all thriving. They're doing well at their new home. So
that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Dang, it feels good, man. It's cool.
Dude, I know. I can't wait to get mine too, man. Can't wait. Working on that. But her name's Peaches, and he has her.
You wouldn't name her Peaches?
I did. That's why I put the song. Peaches. But man, other than that, I had a question, and it was a serious one too. Another like controversial question, but
ask away, man.
I was trying to, but I forgot. Oh, I actually want to talk to you about USARK. Like, what is your take on USARK?
It's also like a controversial answer I'm going to give. I think the idea of USARK is nice, but I don't think that they really do much. All I hear about is loss after loss after loss. I think maybe the people in charge aren't doing a good job. I think another organization needs to here's my take on it, right? How come US Arc hasn't bought a facility like a dog pound, right?
Mhm.
And hasn't employed a couple people to be responders to go pick up large snakes for free and bring them back to the facility and then relocate them in homes to people for free. That would be a simple fix, in my personal opinion. A shit ton of money, right?
Yeah.
So if you come to the legislators and you say, hey, we have this shelter in Florida with volunteers or paid employees that drive out to people's houses and remove these large snakes that they willingly surrender. And then there's keepers that are getting 12, 10-foot snakes for free and they're just being rehomed. And then US Arc just funds the facility with the membership fees.
Man, oh man,
I don't really have much of an opinion because I don't.
Not USR directly, but it's been tried in the past. It doesn't work. So the biggest misconception about USR, right? Like they're not here to play hero. They're not the one all be all that some people mistakenly get labeled as. They're not here to rescue animals. They're here to fight for us on a legislative level. And no disrespect and not trying to get bent on this one, but give me 5 losses that US Arc has taken in the last 5 years.
I don't know. To be completely honest, have they had wins?
The massacre, this huge thing that just happened, FWC backed down on their euthanization. They will not be euthanizing animals now or anywhere near the future until they reconstruct the euthanization program and how it's being done, and they're putting strict guidelines in place as to what is going to happen moving forward. But for right now, they are not euthanizing animals, period. It will not happen at all. This is direction coming down from the director. That of itself is a huge win, and that was led by Daniel with USARK Florida and Phil Goss with USARK at that hearing.
I personally think that it was the social media and the power of the people which made FWC make that decision.
So
I can see why you say that. I can see
it, but that's not.
Was the massacre for I'm not going to say that you're wrong because you're not. They probably played a pretty significant part in it. I just see it as in the legal system, decisions are made and laws are made based on whoever can contribute the most money to a politician's campaign, right?
No, absolutely.
I don't think that US Arc can compete with the millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars that are in Washington. Or, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense, you got to fight it with money. And I don't think, because being reptile keepers, I think that we are such a small niche and such a small representation of their constituents. We can't beat them. I don't think that we ever will.
See, and that mental I've been struggling with a lot lately, but man, I'm gonna give it to US Arc and US Arc Florida here, man. It's David and Goliath, and goddamn it, they brought a slingshot because they stopped the original Lacey Act. They won their lawsuit, hands down. Ever since then, they've been battling to get that lawsuit overturned or rewrite the Lacey Act, like Rubio is trying to push through right now as we speak. This is another. It's going to be David and Goliath, and damn it, Daniel and Phil Goss are the slingshot. So one of the biggest contributing things to US Arc too, right? Let's say that we didn't have a US Arc and a US Arc Florida right now. We didn't have them previously to now. We wouldn't know that the Lacey Act's being pushed in.
You're right.
That's
You're
where
correct. You're correct.
That money is just being thrown around, and they're like, you know what? Fuck that one minority group right there. Fuck them reptile keepers. Push this law through, and nothing's going to stop us. Now, USARK has taken some losses. Don't get me wrong. There are losses out there. They're nowhere near the wins, but there are losses, and it's a consequence of like you said, when you got enough money and legislative up against, you've got this monster up against a man. We're not going to win every time. But when it comes to the major, huge, scary things like, hey, if this Lacey Act thing goes through, I guarantee it, New Jersey is going to be one of the first states to jump on it. You're not going to have those chondros for very much longer. I'm not going to,
or I won't be able to sell them.
Yeah,
transfer them out of state.
They're gonna, they're gonna cut. They're gonna do what Russia did, or what we did to Russia, right? Where, yeah, we've got the resources, we've got the stuff now, but what happens when we've got four walls surrounding that? We can't have anything in, we can't have anything out. Eventually, things are going to they're going to landlock us. We're not going to have anywhere to move or anywhere to do. And it's terrifying to me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the chondros. Like, I'm looking at my mainland's enclosure right now. Like, this is terrifying. I'm looking at, fuck, man. I just bought my biggest buy to date from MJ and the Super Dwarfs. That project goes to hell if the CCI goes through. I don't
think it'll get that bad. I really don't.
I don't think so either. And honestly, my faith comes in the community and USARK Florida, and the fight that we're going to put up. Of course, and that's another thing that people don't speak about enough. And I mean, I'm guilty of this. Is it's a team effort. You know what I mean? We have to back USARK. The biggest loss they've taken to date that made a lot of stir was the loss in Georgia for the Tegus. But USARK went in, bro. Like, understand, Phil Goss and everybody on that team was there and showed up and did their part. They spoke. They put their money where their mouth is, but there was not enough people. Like, the government, this is that exact situation where the government's like, it's we the people, right? Where's your people at, bro? There's like 10 of you here. No, we're pushing this through. There's not enough promotion. There's not enough,
And I'm not hating on USARK. That's just...
No, for sure. I get. No,
I don't pay that much.
All respect.
Yeah, it's just... I don't think... I mean, I work in government. It's just... We're such a small representation that we'll never have a major victory. We'll always be on the defensive. There'll always be these things brought up, and I think it's very important. And I, here's the deal: fear sells, right? And I have the same opinion about something else. I'm not gonna bring it up because it'll fucking make all kinds of waves. But anyway, when it comes to, oh my god. People get their feelings hurt so much. Not you guys, other people.
Oh, trust me, I end up on the cancel list.
Fear sells, right? And you see these red screens come up. Alert, alert. It's probably a very serious, or it's a legitimate reason to bring up what could be banned, what law could be passed. But sometimes these bills are brought up in a 75-page bill, right? That is has a million different other things in it. And I think that some of them maybe are brought up and the fear sells with those alert things to get more membership fees. My question is, Phil Goss is the one in charge of USARK, correct?
Yeah, he's the president.
How many, what does he own herp-wise? Does he have pets? Does he have, because from what I understand, he's not even really a reptile guy from what I was told. I don't really even know, to be completely honest.
So, hold on, time out. Let me correct that real quick. I don't know who told you that, but you can send them my way and I'll correct them too.
Okay, because I don't know.
We can kill that misconception right here, right now. Phil Goss is a reptile keeper. I can't tell you specifically what he owns. I know he does have reptiles, and he started as a reptile keeper, and we got blessed by the fact that he was a lawyer. He's a law representative, and he went, hey, this is USARK existed before Phil Goss. Phil Goss took over. It's a whole story, and I can't do it verbatim, but Phil Goss has been involved in law for a long time, and he was like, hey, let me step up. Let me help you guys. And now we are where we are, where we have somebody that is in law, understands it, knows it, and fights for us on a legislative level. Like Phil Goss goes in and he speaks the lingo. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he is a reptile keeper. Like Phil Goss, like if you watch, I challenge you and anybody that does have a question about Phil Goss, watch his videos, man. Watch him speak and look at the fire behind his eyes. He's not just some schmuck that came in here to make money or to be, the hero. Phil Goss literally cares about these animals. He loves what we do. He loves us. He loves his animals. He loves the animals in general. Like I drink the Kool-Aid for sure because the Kool-Aid that he's giving out is legit. When Phil Goss talks, man, there's literally a fire behind his eyes. It's not just protecting us. It's for the animals. And when he speaks on reptiles in general, it's the same way that we get, man. It's that fire. It's that passion. The veins pop. The fire comes out. It's like, I dare you come after our animals. Like, you're not taking this thing that we love and we work so fucking hard for from us. Like, it's just not happening.
Bro, but I see where he's coming from, too. It's like...
No, I do, too.
It's another... Like, it's a... Like, it just keeps... Another one pops up. Another alert. And then we're going into battle. But I get where he's coming from. But then at the same time, when you said that Georgia... Like, they passed it straight, too, because there was only, like, 10 of them. But when they tried to do that to Florida showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the reptile keepers in Florida showed up. And thank God for them. Like, and Daniel at the USR. Yeah.
And there's definitely, like, don't get me wrong, Chuck. Like, the social media definitely played a role in it. But we did our part to help USR. You know what I mean? Like, when you put... Yeah. We're essentially, they're David, we're the slingshot. You know what I mean? Like you can't beat Goliath without the two coming together, and we have to be the slingshot. They have to be David. Like, and when the two don't mix, you see incidents like Georgia happen. Because you're right, we're a minority group, right? Like we're this very, very selective amount of people that are fighting the goddamn government. I mean, we're fighting something 50 times larger than what we are, but it's possible, man. It's so freaking possible.
Like I said, I'm not hating on USR. Like
for sure.
No, that's what we do though. We ask the questions. It gets controversial. That's what we do.
I'm a hardcore gun guy. Like I got a lot of guns.
Imagine what the gun community would suffer if the NRA wasn't around.
Guess what? Dude. I'm not even a member.
Hey Chuck, wait till you see our new sponsor.
You're not a member though. You know.
What? Wait, who's your new sponsor? USR?
No. Our other one's a tactical. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting picked up by somebody that's super pro 2A.
Yeah.
I'm not even a member of the NRA. Like,
but imagine how fucked we would be as gun owners without the NRA. Like all the pillars that they have built for us and the protections that they have helped fight. Imagine if they weren't there to be that barrier. You know what I mean? Like imagine if they weren't doing their legislative part and fighting for us and doing all the stuff that they're doing.
Now that is a very strong lobbyist group.
For sure. USR's getting there too.
Powerfully rich. But why them jerk-offs? Why did they support bump stocks to get banned? Why? You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Why did they support that? Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's like
definitely some money that goes into that. But I
don't have anything against USARC. I just
gotta ask, brother. We just gotta ask.
For sure. No. We let a great conversation.
My followers are dropping. I'm getting notifications right now. Everyone's fucking deleting me right now on Instagram.
No. And please, anybody that watches this, don't hate on anybody that has this mental. As USARC members, I swear to God, if you hit the unfollow button or you're like, I can't support
you're making a mistake. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're turning into exactly what we're against. We can't do that. So please don't do that. And anybody that watches this live, understand that it's the same concept of conservatives and liberals. You got to have both. You can't have you can't have one or the other. You can't have both exist without each other. You have to have conservatives argue with liberals. You have to have liberals argue with conservatives. This is that same principle. We can't have USARC members and then have non-USARC members. We have to have this conversation because out of the 12 viewers that we have, there's probably at least one out there that's in the middle of the fence, and we just made up their mind, or we didn't make up their mind, or we made up their mind one way or another. And that's how these conversations go. We have to have these conversations. Chuck brought up some great questions. What about USR? If we aren't being questioned, we're not doing our job, because this has probably been the most informative live that we've had about USR getting pushback. We have to have this 100%. Thank you for bringing that to the table, Chuck. You were actually
hell yeah,
brought some controversy to it, and it's great. I love it. Like, we could sit here and debate it and go back and forth all day, every day, and again, it's with respect, much respect.
And then, if you watch the show, that's what we do. We start controversy, and then we push for positivity.
And trust
me, it's back and forth.
I end up on the cancel list quite a bit.
And
I get along with a lot of people, but like, if you ask me my opinion, I'll just tell you I don't fucking care.
Bro,
no,
that's what it's about, though.
I'm good. I'll never tell anybody anything that they want to hear. I always tell them, the truth respectfully.
I mean, isn't that how it should be? Truthful? Do you want to be transparent with these people?
Oh, you should be. Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely,
dude. From when we talk on the phone, you're like one of the most like passionate, like keepers / breeders, bro. Like when we talk, you're like, what you did with the snake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. And Chuck, I do challenge you though. With respect. Look into USR, and if
I
you
will
would,
now. I actually will now. Like, I'm not like I'm not a hard-headed person unless I'm arguing with my wife. So, like, I'm open-minded, and that's because I'm always fucking right. That's why.
Fuck, man, that doghouse me and Chuckles over there live in, man. It's getting bigger.
Well, that was from the Stiegel episode, and I told you exactly how to get an imported Biak to calm down. It's like it's the same thing with my wife. When you want them to calm down, just tell them calm down. It works.
You say calm down or no food.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chuck, I challenge you to look into it. Form an opinion based on the education that I've offered. Do a little bit of research, man. And if you feel imposed, please join USR. Become a member. Help us out.
Yeah.
Because again, at the end of the day, it's all about numbers. And again, that financial backing, and that's how we do it. Is getting the numbers, getting the financial backing, is just getting more people to join. And drink the Kool-Aid, bro. Drink it. Join the cult. It's fun. I promise you, the water's warm. It's a good time. And USR Florida too. Look into Daniel. Dude, you can talk to Daniel personally on Instagram. Phil Goss is not as obtainable as Daniel.
That was Gio. Did you see it? Look.
Christ, Gio.
Oh my goodness.
God damn it, Gio. But yeah, you can. Phil Goss obviously is the director or president of USR. It's not as easy to reach. You can reach him by email and have a conversation with him. I've talked to him a couple of times myself. Daniel is way more obtainable, but man, sit there, pick Daniel's brain, bro. Talk to him. He's on the same level. Just
Vanessa too.
State specific, yeah. Vanessa, over at the pet shop. I talk to her at every expo I can, every chance that is presented. We'll be bringing her on if you want to watch that one. It'll be USR based. It's gonna be a good time. She is one of the. Damn it, she's a director.
Administrative director. Sorry.
Administrative director. Pop your questions in the comments, bro. Like, throw them out there. Don't hold back. Bring it. Bring the same energy that you brought today, please. It would lead to another great conversation. Having somebody, one of the faces, if not the face, of USARC at this point, there to answer them and change some minds and steer people in the right direction. Like that misconception about Phil, bro, I've heard that before. And it is partially frustrating, not from you personally. Please don't take that personally. But, like, I know where it started, and it's infuriating because there was a controversy that involved USR prior to Phil. And I really wish that would just go the fuck away, because the previous director was not the greatest person in the world. He still did a good job, but, like, that controversy I wish would just go away. Because Phil is a keeper.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't necessarily know the facts. Like, that's just what I heard. So that's why I didn't have, like, a super strong opinion about it.
No, for sure. And again, thank you. Like, I genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for bringing this, because this has been constructive.
Absolutely. It definitely cleared the air on my end for a little bit, getting somebody that I talked to get, because I've never talked about USARC, period, to anybody. I always just see posts about it and just never really been. I'm always just fucking with my green snakes on sticks.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that we could bring that to you, and thank you for bringing this, man. This has been a lit live.
Hell yeah. Right.
Applause.
Give it up to Chuck. But we still got two questions asked. I got my question. He has his. I got one more thing though. I want to say, you know, this is a fact. Before we got Vanessa on our life, she had turned us down a while back, like while back. Only because the way we presented ourselves the first time when we came up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we did a roast live and it was horrible, bro. We had people fighting on lives, like it was bad, bro. But now,
Tell her to never watch the Chondro barroom. Then
No. You have no idea.
It was worse, bro.
Okay, why do you keep bringing this up, man?
Because we come a long way.
It dead and
now
gone.
we got Vanessa next, like what? 2 Sundays from now. It's just we've grown so much, bro. I'm proud of us. You know,
We've grown. So say that we've grown and become great podcasters. Let that shit die.
I can't, bro. It's I can't.
Dead and gone. It's buried in the ocean. Put that shit in a box and shut that box.
I can't let it go, bro. It's part of us, bro. It's what made us today.
Tie one of your stupid gym weights to it and throw it in the ocean.
God,
Leave it there.
Guy. Anyway, yes. Look, thank you, Johnny. Growth.
Hey, speaking of growth, real quick, shameless plug here, and not just as a sponsor, but speaking of growth, keep an eye on Reptile Crew. Anybody watching this, just watch Johnny and what he's about to do. That boy is going to explode. Oh,
bro.
Johnny, my boy Chuck needs a hat, bro. He's a part of the ball team, and we need to cover the Chrome Domes with the only hat.
Hell yeah.
That's acceptable.
I need a new snapback, man. I told him. I don't think he likes me.
Contact Johnny. Johnny? What? Johnny loves
everyone, man. It's okay.
I was like, Johnny loves the peeps. What you talking? But I will say this. Check out Blue Tongue Republic's work too as well, dude. He did a USR Florida shirt. Go check that out. You might like that too. He did so Blue Tongue Republic did our logo.
Blue Tongue Republic. Okay.
He's one of our sponsors. Go check it out. He'll send it to you. But my final question for you is, if you could change one thing after all that 20-minute whatever, bro. What the fuck? You've been talking this whole time. Let me fucking talk. God damn, bro. My question is, if you could change one thing in this hobby / industry, what would it be? Like husbandry, the negativity, or anything that education wise, bro? It doesn't matter. Anything.
To change one thing?
If you could change one thing, or multiple things, because we had multiple answers.
It's a very loaded question.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know.
And I saved it for the last on purpose.
Dude, I don't know, because I really I don't get involved with drama. I usually just kind of just stay in my own lane, do my own thing.
Oh, trust me, we tried to too, but somehow drama gets yours.
Hey man, when you have haters, that means you're doing something right.
Bro, and honestly, I try to sit back like you. Like we actually, since our podcast, we just focus on the podcast, sit back, post our reels, and just try to stay away from the drama. Positivity. I push positivity. That's what I keep pushing on my page, and I stand by that. That's what I do. That's what I love.
Hell yeah, bro. And that negative shit in the past, listen, you can't drive a car by looking in the rearview mirror.
True.
You'll crash. And there's a reason why the rearview mirror is so much smaller than the windshield.
Why?
You gotta look where you're going, not the shit that's in your fucking past. Dude, I don't know what the fuck I would change, honestly. I really I know I have a lot of, we have the Chondro barroom.
Yeah, plug yourself too. As while you're talking about that, go ahead and plug yourself and then answer the question.
Yeah, shout out to Kino from Windy City. Congratulations to Kino. He just hatched a beautiful clutch out. This first clutch. Shout out to my brother Travis over there too at Mongol Reptiles. He hatched 2 clutches last year. His first year as a breeder. And shout out to the whole Chondro Ballroom family. Everyone that shows up on our Tuesday night lives. They definitely get some entertainment. It's a very unconventional show. It's funny. Dude, I wouldn't change shit. How about
Okay.
that? I didn't even know that I would love going on YouTube and doing the Chondro Ballroom, but it's funny as hell.
Right. Right. Okay.
You know what? Now, the one thing that I would change is in the this is going to be controversial. The one thing I would change, and this is honesty, in the green tree community is the shame that people get when they say that they are breeding green tree pythons to start a business or make money off of it. This might get me canceled too, but I started breeding green tree pythons and learning how to do it so that I could have something to do in retirement that would supplement my pension because I will retire at a very young age. And I'm doing it now because I fucking love it, and I want to be in a business doing something that I love. And if I have the snake's health and the customer's interest first, and that's the priority, I don't see why it is a big deal that you profit off of your hard work. And I'm going to hurt some feelings with that, but I don't care because they're my animals and I take care of them. And I make sure that the people that are getting my animals are getting the best animal possible. And I don't think that anybody doing it should feel guilty or have to not say it out loud that they're profiting from very hard work doing something that's really hard.
No, where's the controversy in that? You know what I mean? Like that's just facts. Like it.
Well, ball python breeders, they talk about is, not that it's bad, but it's a business. Ball python breeding is money. It's quick because it's like basically like penny stocks. You got to catch up. Like you buy a $10,000 snake, by the time it's ready to breed, you're only selling $5,000 snakes. You know what I mean? So in green tree pythons, there's a lot of people that say it's for the passion. That's all it's for, and it's not necessarily the case. People are like afraid to say out loud that it is, that they're doing it to make money or they're doing it for a business. If you're not selling 6 snakes to people, if you're not ripping people off and you're not just pushing snakes out the door to make money and the snake's not ready, why can you not be rewarded for your hard work? Why can't you give somebody a really healthy animal that you worked really hard to reproduce? I don't see the bad thing in that. It's really one of the only species that people in the community shame people for that but I'll be honest, I wouldn't have as many animals as I do if I wasn't trying to set myself up for a successful retirement, or to sell a couple snakes and bring my family on vacation. If somebody pays me a fair price for an animal and it's healthy, why is that wrong? I'm telling you, if my DMs don't blow up, someone else's will. They'll be talking shit without me knowing. But I don't care because that's
Everybody's
why.
gonna talk shit though. I mean, that's just even ball python anywhere. It doesn't matter. Even the gecko game, leopard geckos, crescent geckos. There's always somebody talking about somebody.
But the green tree community, I would say it's split down the middle, half and half. Some people consider it a business, and others don't. Others really fucking want to cancel you if you say it's a business, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm doing it for business. I want my family to benefit from something. The Breeders' Key, I think, started in 1976. The first time green tree pythons were bred. There's not more than 300 people on that list in the U.S. on that key. I'm on the same list as the Toledo Zoo, the Smithsonian, National Zoo, the Philadelphia Zoo. It's really hard what we do. So we're only providing like 10% of the animals that are actually available for sale, and the other 90% are imports. You're doing something really hard. Why can't you be compensated for that? Why can't you enjoy your hard work? And you don't have to be a money-hungry businessman.
See, I started backwards though. I didn't have any animals to produce. I started with just merch, dude. Like they'll tell you too. I have like everything like you can possibly name, like shirts, socks.
Bro, you looking at the reptile Walmart right there, dog.
Pretty much.
Hey,
And
Chuck,
everybody's
you like
like,
to grill?
why'd you start backwards? I was like, because
What was that?
You like to grill?
Yeah, I got a pellet smoker.
Bro, the motherfucker's got spatulas. Just let him know, bro. He'll have a chill Chondros spatula made for you.
What? I'm down for that.
You got that Flexin barbecue sauce on standby, dog.
oh my god. But yeah, so that's what I did. I did backwards. I wanted to push my brand first, like me, what I was about, and then my animals. Like, because I didn't know much back then about breeding. Like I said, like, I just jumped into it. Started buying snakes little after little. But if you're trying to breed and make money and you're all about money, you're going to buy big first. I bought babies and raised and then grew attached. I say I'm going to sell these by pythons, but I'm not. Like, it's hard for me to sell them. I want to, because I want to. I want to do other stuff. Like I want to get another retake. I want to actually, buy that snake. The one you're trying to give me, and there's other snakes I want to get into, and I just have a lot of ball pythons. I have like 51 balls. I think I'm just going to trim it down and
what you should
sell
trim
some
it
of
down
them.
to?
What?
0.
I can't, bro. I love my clowns and
2.
I love my pies.
All right, well, get rid of everything else. Keep your clouds, keep your pies, and get rid of everything else.
Bro, but it's hard.
Like, bullshit.
When you pull them out and you hold them and you get attached to them, dude. That's what it
How
is,
do you get
bro.
attached to a rock, bro?
Oh my god, bro. Shut up.
You can sell all the rest of them and have that green tree python tomorrow and be a cool guy. No.
Yeah, like this display back here is paid for by the babies this year, right? Like I reinvested it into my animals.
Yeah, exactly. See, and that it's a whole thing, bro. It's not just the green tree pythons. They're boa breeders like that. There are ball python breeders like that. There are hobbyists that don't breed that say that shit. It's a whole thing, and it's frustrating because I get it where the passion breeders are coming from, and I also get it where the business breeders are coming from. But there shouldn't be shame coming from either side. It is what it is.
They're my fucking snakes, and I'm not, I can do what I want with them, and as long as I'm not ripping people off or selling bad animals, and I keep the animals and the customer as the priority, why, I shouldn't be shamed for that. That's all.
Exactly. It's one of those, like, why even have the argument when we could be taking that energy where it's an irrelevant argument and putting that towards the breeders that are selling sick animals. The fucking piece of shit Pruitts out there that fucking are abusing their animals and killing them, that could be a focus. Why are we having the argument over, okay, this dude's doing this for a business mental? Who cares? Take that energy, focus it on the piece of shits that are abusing the fucking animals or selling sick animals and getting the fuck away. Not naming any names, motherfuckers that are selling animals a fucking Nido and not doing anything about it. Yep. There you go. Watch, my followers are gonna fucking drop again.
Yeah, my collection's clean. I'm tested. I offer my customers testing if they would like to, and I offer the results to go directly to them. They pay for the testing. I'll test it, but I tell them to keep the trust. Make sure those results go directly to your email. Don't send them to me. I'm not going to fill out the form. You get it, and you tell me it's negative. Because I know my animals are clean, and with my animals and the price, you're not, green trees are not cheap, especially captive born and bred. You are not buying a snake. You are investing into a snake. That is a lot of fucking money. It really is. But with that comes 24/7, 365 support. I answer the phone. I'll text you back. I'll talk to you on the phone for hours. Ask Chris. He texts me a question. I'm like, yo, bro,
Call me.
Yeah, call me, and we'll just have a 2-hour conversation.
For real. I
have zero secrets, bro. I will tell you every fuck up I've ever made. I will tell you, like, people that have an animal from me, and I'll tell you immediately, yo, dude, it ate a friggin' fuzzy backwards. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll keep you updated. And that's just how I am. Like, I don't lie. I got to be completely honest and transparent with people. So,
respect, man. I get it. No, it's a thing, man. You're, again, like you said, it's an investment. It's building a relationship. And that's what separates the green tree pythons from a lot of the other animals. Even, the high-end ball python breeders that are selling animals. Like, you're not going to have a 2-hour conversation with Justin Canova. Sorry.
mm,
I hate to break it to you guys, but you're not going to have a 2-hour conversation with Justin Canova. You're just not. It's not going to happen. You're not going to have a 2-hour conversation with Billy Rose. It's just not going to happen. And it's not going to happen on a regular basis. You may be 1 out of 10 that it happened. Congratulations. It's not going to happen all the time. And this, again, you're buying a major investment. It's different things, but I 100% support you, Chuck. Now,
thanks, bro.
I've got a wrap-up question that's not controversial,
Good.
but could be. If you had a magic wand and you could lift all laws and regulations and nothing was preventing you anything, and you could add one reptile to your collection that is not a Komodo dragon, it is not a Gila monster, what is it?
It has to be a reptile?
It has to be, we'll say, okay, an animal. We'll broaden it.
Giraffe.
Why?
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, why the fuck not, bro? Are you seriously questioning him right now?
Yeah, I'm like, why?
Giraffe, you
They don't do nothing. Just eat trees.
Giraffe and then helicopter.
Bro, what?
I can see the helicopter.
Around and eat trees. Fucking snakes sit in an enclosure and just eat rats.
I want a giraffe.
It's got a neck that's bigger than you are, and then it's got its body. It defies fucking gravity.
But you can't ride it.
If I put that in my bullshit, if I put that in my front yard, you tell me someone's gonna fucking break into my house.
Yeah, they're gonna try to take your giraffe.
No, they're not. I'll train it to bite. I'll have a bite giraffe. Like they can train a German Shepherd, you can train a fucking giraffe.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't. That's interesting. That would be interesting to see.
All right, he's taking the award.
Awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. I love that.
Reptile though, Cuvier's dwarf came in.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Wow, you were so quick to agree on the fucking caiman, but not the giraffe.
Bro, I want to.
And recently, it's like neck and neck for crocodilians. It's either I've loved Cuvier's dwarf caimans forever, but dude, Cuban crocodiles are starting to creep up on the favorites list. Their personality, the way they hop. Yeah.
Okay, I feel it. Can you own crocodilians out there in New Jersey? Probably not.
You can't own fucking shit. They want to take my dog away.
What is your dog? A German Shepherd, right?
Yeah, it's horrible. You can't own shit out here. You can own green tree pythons and crickets.
That's
some bullshit. Yeah, and they're trying to take your dog too.
No, I was just being dramatic.
Oh, I was like, over my.
What about your giraffe? Did they take your giraffe?
No, you can actually own a giraffe. I looked it up.
Huh.
I was gonna.
No wonder you said giraffe.
You can't own a Gila monster, but you can own a fucking giraffe.
What the?
Correct.
What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hear me out, right? Hear me out. I found one in Texas for $30,000, right? And I told my wife, I was like, listen, if I could finance this motherfucker for 72 months at a 4% interest rate, we're talking maybe, and I put nothing down. It's like $600 a month for only 6 years. I could have a fucking giraffe. I will work 2 overtime shifts a month to afford. Dude, I had a fucking plan. I went to her with a fucking PowerPoint. I was like, listen, this is a good fucking idea.
Here, sell it to us. Sell it to us. Let's go.
I said, Could you fucking imagine having a giraffe in your backyard? Like
You can even monetize. Fuck the zoo. Come see my giraffe.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can touch this one.
Thank you. Feed it fucking carrots, dude. If I put carrots out front, like all my neighbors put eggs out front. If I put bags of carrots for $3, and I let it loose in the front yard, and I let people feed it carrots for $3 a bag, $30 a day, 10 bags of fucking carrots.
Okay.
Right? Look,
Easy
you
money,
got
bro.
your believers.
I would say how come not 2 giraffes, just 1?
Because
Hey, calm down, man. He's still trying to sell the one to her.
Slow down. Yeah.
Imagine going to your wife and you wanted a Ferrari, right? And then you're gonna buy the Lambo right after? No, motherfucker. That's not how that works.
No, that's wrong. You know why? No, that's never gonna happen. You know why? Because it's Lambo then Ferrari. Fuck the Ferrari.
Fuck them both.
Yeah, fuck them both. I'm getting a giraffe.
Yeah, I'd rather have a giraffe than a fucking Lambo or a Ferrari.
So you're gonna ride that bitch to work?
I would fucking ride a giraffe to work. What the fuck?
I would ride it into battle.
Bro, you would go viral.
That's a good question.
The viral video would pay for itself.
I'm fucking struggling here trying to be famous with fucking green snakes on sticks. If I had a giraffe, I'd be on the news.
Hey, I got a new question now. Levi, check it out. It's going to be Chuck's famous wrap-up question. What animal would you ride into battle with? Oh.
Giraffe. Hands down.
Not you. I'm just saying when I ask the next person.
An armored hog?
I would ride a Black Panther. After he eats me, I'll be in his belly, but yeah. I like Black Panthers.
He did. So what did she say? Obviously no, because you don't have the giraffe, right?
Nah, she's no fucking fun.
What'd she say? What did she tell you? What were her exact words? This is gonna be fun. This has to be fun.
You don't get the fuck about my bedroom with this bullshit. Oh God, he walked away.
He's gonna act it out. Watch.
Can you come on the show and tell them why?
He went to get his wife, bro.
Bro, this is the most lit podcast of 2023. I don't give a fuck. Yes.
Can you seriously tell them, or are you sleeping? I just got the middle finger. Yeah, she's out. I don't necessarily remember what it was because I think I guilt tripped at her because she told me that it wasn't like a real fucking thought. And I said, listen, like, it's a giraffe or a helicopter. Like, what am I getting? Like, because one of I'm either gonna get a giraffe or I'm painting a fucking H on the front lawn, and that's where I'm gonna park my helicopter. So, I don't have either. My wife deprives me of the simple joys in life.
Bro, I'm so sorry. If you sleep on the couch tonight, it's not her fault.
Right? She's gonna watch extra.
Hold on,
episodes.
hold on. Can we
She's just
know
sour
the fact
because
that
I'm
your
so
dog
much.
is right there? Can we see your dog? Oh, it's a puppies.
Who is that? What is that?
Squirrel.
Okay.
All right,
Please
so
don't
when Chris goes to pick up the Chondro, he's getting eaten by a German Shepherd.
I got a pairing going right now that I'm looking at. I don't want to go grab his. I was going to grab his green tree for the episode, but
No,
it's
don't do it,
dark
bro.
up in the room, and I got that pairing right now cuddled up. I don't want to fuck with him.
No. Yeah. Don't, bro. You're good.
Not very fair. We'll do a part 2.
I told him, he said, and the best thing about Chuck too, when he sends animals, he says the birth certificate, the little certificate thing.
Yeah. Do you have yours?
Yeah, you sent it to me already.
You can put it on the screen. Yeah, I sent him out.
Hold on, I gotta go back out.
First, little repair.
We could break the record books, boys. We could make this the longest podcast you've ever had. I don't care.
Actually, Levi, I think Levi has plans or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think the longest that we have to record is what, Billy, for almost 4 hours, right?
Holy shit!
So was NJ. MJ was 4 hours.
No
Bro,
way was
every time
MJ 4 hours.
Yeah, MJ was 4 hours. I'm looking at him right now.
Holy shit. The second
Bro.
go around?
Yeah, every time we have MJ or Billy, it's always 4 hours long, bro. Always.
Oh my god.
Remember,
Do I
because you
ever
tell me.
shut the fuck up?
No, never.
Oh, before we go to while he's pulling it up, you have any questions about green trees? Because we didn't even talk about it for the last like hour. Incubation, establishment, introductions, breeding, keeping, anything.
Well, how about what is one question that we didn't ask you that you want us to ask?
I don't know that I necessarily have my mind. Dude, the only thing I literally know about are green tree pythons. Like I don't have any other space in my brain for anything else. I'm pretty stupid with a lot of other reptiles, to be completely honest with you, because I want to focus on only green trees and I want to be the go-to guy for it, and that's the only thing I really want to be known for.
So, all right, here's a good one for you. Your male is cuddling the female. How did you get this far? How do you get that to happen?
Dude, I just watched her day hunting. I watched her hugging the cool side. I just put them together. That's all I have to do now because I night drop year round.
Okay.
They're already ready to go. The male's cooled, so he's going to be fertile, and the females develop egg follicles multiple times a year. It's not hard to get them to breed. They want to breed. It's just every step after that is harder and harder progressively. So getting her to ovulate's one thing, and then getting viable eggs out of her is another, and then incubating them is challenging, but you can have a system down and get them as long as you have viable eggs, and then getting the babies established is the hardest part.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, we went through the incubation, we went through the establishment. All right, so do you measure humidity levels in the enclosures with them?
In the enclosures themselves, no.
How do you guys do that? How do you just spray it and assume that it's the right humidity? Because I measure my room ambient and then I measure inside the enclosures also.
I just look at them. I could tell from the scales. I could tell from the skin the way the skin folds are, if it crinkles when it's, the way it's perched. I can look at the animal scales and tell if it's dehydrated or not. But it's like another, controversial subject. Do you mist your animals directly, or do you not mist, or do you mist, or do you mist only the walls of the enclosure? I spray them right on the animal because they drink off their coils whenever I feel like spraying them. And there's no schedule to it. I do try to mist every single time it rains, just to keep it as naturalistic as possible. He's got fucking giraffes. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, when they're in the fucking tree.
Reptile Crew, number 1, sponsor me. Number 2, make me a fucking snapback with a goddamn giraffe on it. Fucking, I want a shirt.
That would be dope. I'm not gonna lie, that would be dope.
Make me a shirt with a giraffe and say, "My wife won't let me have one." I will wear it.
Oh my god, John, that's gonna sell to more than just one person too.
Yeah, for real.
I will cop that shit. Because I guarantee you, my wife wouldn't let me have a fucking giraffe. She doesn't let me have shit.
Yeah, not even fun. Like, come on, be realistic, ladies. Let's go.
I'm like,
oh man,
we eat carrots. It's not even dangerous. What the fuck?
Or helicopters, huh? Man, how would that work in your front yard? How far is your yard from your house?
I have 4 acres. I got a big yard. I could park a couple helicopters. I could have a helicopter dealership at my house.
All right, stop. Right? This man is sleeping on the couch. He's sleeping on the other side of the property.
This guy has a plan for everything. Helicopters, giraffes. What's next?
I'm 50 yards off the road. I have a whole grass front yard, and then my backyard is as big as a football field. It's 100 yards long from my tiki bar to my shooting range, and then the width of a football field.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, say,
Damn.
where's your reptile facility at, man? You need to expand, bro. You got the
It's,
For
room.
real.
it's gonna be out there when I gotta figure it out, man. Because right now I'm in my room. I would like to move out of the house and move all the animals there, but I think I'm going to save a lot of the snake money for the next 3 to 5 years. And me and my wife want to buy a house in Kissimmee, Florida, and rent it out, Airbnb it, so that I have somewhere to bring my little girls to Disney World every year, so we can, get the resident pass and stuff like that, save some money. But we just went to Disney World, and seeing my little girl's face light up kind of just was life changing. And I've got a little bit of different plans now. I want to buy a Florida house sooner than later. So.
Nice.
Bro, that's fucking goals right there. That's interesting, dude. That is badass.
Bro.
Yeah.
We just
That's
hit 2.5
investment.
hours.
Okay, my bad.
You know how I know we hit 2.5 hours? Because it's screen cycled.
Oh,
What did
his-
it do?
Your TV
screen.
screen cycled.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit, did it? How much do I
Yeah.
have left? Oh, it's almost at the end of the video.
Yeah. On that note, Chuck, why don't we set up a part 2?
That sounds good to me.
I definitely have about my time span ran out. Speaking of wives and kids and being a fucking adult, shit sucks. But no, for real, you gotta tell your wife that as of today, it's official that us and all of our followers are now going to blow up Instagram with "Buy Chuck a Giraffe."
Start me a GoFundMe. I will fucking put a goddamn giraffe out back. I don't care.
Oh my god.
Bro, we'll hit the mark too. I know we will. There's all kinds of crazy ass shit on GoFundMe. Have you ever gone on GoFundMe just to see some of the wild ass shit that people put on there?
No, I haven't. But maybe
You should, bro.
make
It's
one.
fucking entertaining. But all right, Chuck, it has been a phenomenal live, though. I do feel like we learned a lot about green tree pythons, and we got to know you, which is fucking awesome. And again,
the
thank
knowing
you.
him part was awesome. Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that U.S. art controversy, for real. And anybody that watches this podcast, understand that we need a view from the other side. Chuck is going to look into U.S. art, which we are now doing our job. We are going to run into people that have this perspective, and it is out there. And I know where it's coming from, and this is exactly what we're up against. And anybody that's skeptical of, respect. We have to have the opposing view, because that's exactly how this works. We need opposition in order to come to a constructive, conclusive agreement on what is and isn't a part of this hobby. It just has to be there. Without controversy, we don't have new ideas. We don't have new pathways. We don't have different thoughts. If we're all just thinking the same exact fucking thing, this hobby's not going anywhere. This industry's not going anywhere. So,
Sounds good.
Somebody plug Chuck's IG. Where's my phone? Fuck, I just had it.
For real, because they're asking for your IG, Chuck. It's Chill Chondros. It's right there on the back of his
Yeah,
screen.
it's chill_Chondros. I want to give a shout out to the Chondro Bar Room. Kino from Windy City Chondros. I want to give a shout out to Travis from FTL Reptiles, my co-host on the Chondro Bar Room show that we do live every Tuesday night at 10 p.m.
Check it out.
Yeah,
It's funny.
Yeah, it is
Good
fun.
show.
I just want to give a shout out, like I said, again, to the whole Chondro Bar Room family, everybody that pops in on the lives and stuff like that. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Edens, for posting that. Yeah. If you guys ever have any questions, I don't keep any secrets. I'll tell you guys everything that I do. If you guys have a question about something I fucked up on, I'll tell you about it. Something I was successful with, I'll tell you about it too. I don't have anybody to impress. It is what it is. My snakes are doing well. I bred before, but I made a lot of mistakes. So if anybody has questions, just reach out. I'm an open book.
Oh yeah, thank you. I will definitely, as I have questions, I will reach out, and then we'll set up a part 2, man. We'll keep it going, and then Chris, who's the next one off the Chondro Bar?
What was that?
We have more Chondro keepers coming on. Who's the next one, Chris?
Oh,
Windy
we
City.
got Windy City. And then after that, we
Nice.
got Mongrel.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you got Kino and Trav coming on. Very nice.
Hell yeah. There was a goal to do the whole Chondro Bar, especially after bringing Stiegel on. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
hell
had
yeah.
to, bro. And ever since I started talking to you, I told him, "Hey, dude, we gotta bring Chuck on, dude. That dude is like badass." And I kept telling him, Even Gio told him. So we got you, and you brought it, and I'm happy, bro. Like I'm really happy.
Most lit pot of 23 so far, bro. Let's go.
Anyways, on that note, we got to shout out the sponsors real quick before we tell them to go. Again, real quick, Reptile Crew, don't got their merch, go get their merch. You know,
Yes,
it's
they
the only
are
hat I
going-
wear.
They're going to be making a giraffe shirt very soon.
Fuck
And
yeah.
then we got CMB Reptiles.
The fam over at CMB, hit them up. Instagram, Facebook, Morph Market, all of it, man. Go follow my fam.
And then we got Ship Your Reptiles, which I will be getting a tattoo. I think I may go live tomorrow because I may be getting it tomorrow.
Okay, Earl.
And then we got South Bay Reptiles, Josh.
Still don't have my shirt.
Blue Tongue Republic. Thank you for the logo, brother, by the way. We got to show that off one more time before we go. Let me take this off real quick. Hold up.
Been on my background the whole damn show.
Yeah, I know, but I like the image.
Yeah, that shit fresh, bro. That shit's nice.
Bro, that's hard. And then we got the new shirt coming out, of course. US Art, baby. US Art. Sexin on the sleeve, and then the logo on the back.
Let's go.
And then on that note, Chuck, can you flex for us, Chuck? Can we flex?
Hey, fool. Forgot
There we
one.
go.
Casey Reptile Lab.
Oh shit! And KC Reptile Lab. My bad, brother. Slipped my mind.
Slacking
I'm
ass
just
motherfucker.
sorry. KC Reptile Lab, our other sponsor. Shout out to them for substrate, 50% off. Type in Flexin. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
On that
Thank you
note,
again,
guys,
Chuck.
y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next Sunday. And y'all have a good night, guys. Love y'all. Peace. Always,
Take
lift
care.
each other up.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, guys. We out
I'm
of
out.
here.
Thank you.